Hey everyone, I'm NornQueenAlexis and welcome back to the channel. Today I have...
Big Vic. I'm a competitive player, I guess. So a couple years back when I was actually playing a lot more, I was able to get, I don't know, top 150 in the ITC. A couple times? No, once.
You were doing very well in the
I was doing pretty well.
And now we're actually hitting up some of the tournaments around here because he wants me to get more competitive. I don't really want to, but I am a competitive person and I've kicked his butt before. And you didn't like that.
Yeah, that was once. It will never happen again.
Oh, it definitely will. So today, I brought Vic with me because you know 40K very well. You know the strategies. You look at tournament standings and everything, where I more look at what the hobbyists are buying and what the people are playing. You look at it more from a tournament perspective, which I really appreciate. Sorry, I hit the book. And today we're going to go over the sacred rites of the Adeptus Sororitas in our Codex review of the Special Edition Codex. We're going to be looking at the warlord traits as well as some of the stratagems. And I got to say, we had a quick read of this. And we're going to show you something that might be incredibly broken. We're going to...
Good.
No, we're going to tell them about
Good.
the Ebon Chalice burn tank.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. We're definitely going to tell you about the... Stay tuned to find out how an Adeptus Sororitas repressor can fire 8 heavy flamethrowers, wounding on 2s.
40 shots auto-hitting, wounding on 2s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Stay tuned for that. But right now, we're going to take a look at the sacred rites. There's 6 of them. Now, the cool thing about this is you can roll randomly and get 2 of these. They're very similar to Canticles of the Omnissiah. And there's no Mars, though, which is weird. But, and by no Mars, I mean there's no, like, re-roll at every turn.
Yeah.
There's no call to fix it. But there's 6. You can roll 2 randomly, or you can pick 1. Personally, I like the idea of rolling random if you're playing a pickup game.
I don't know. So...
Yeah, even competitive, they're good.
So, you have to be completely sisters. Like, this is, like, the doctrines, right?
No, but we do have to say one exception. You can include an Inquisitor into your list.
Yes, because they break all those rules.
Yeah.
Whereas, depending on your build, if you're doing, like, sisters spam, if you have, like, 100 sisters on the table, you can use any of these. You just roll 2.
Yep. So if you are spamming Sisters of Battle, your Battle Sister squads, keep them at either 5 or 15. 10 girl units are okay if you do, like, nothing. Yeah, they're bad. Just run 5 or 15. That's how you're going to run your sisters.
Yeah.
So if you are taking 6 squads of 15 sisters apiece, then you're going to have a lot of fun with this. Also, there's a really good reason for doing this because we found a use for Holy Trinity.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we did. So you take I'm going to spoil this right now because I am excited about this one. And me and him, we sat here for a good 20 minutes discussing this.
You mean I was fangirling?
Well, okay, yeah. And I was telling him about it, and he was like, that was his exact facial expression. You should have seen it, like this stoic face, which is like being blinded by that light up there, which is actually not helping you at all. It's definitely helping me, not you.
Usually I'm a bit darker than you. Usually there's a...
There. That did not help at all.
Look like I'm out of a... I just look like I'm out of a bad comic book. This is
okay, so that didn't work, but we found a use for it. You take a Sister Superior with a Combi Melta, right?
So you either have a Combi Melta
or a
Combi
Flamer in
the squad, or a Combi Flamer with a Melta in the squad. So it's one or the other.
And you only need one of the other weapon.
Yeah, and then you're just spamming the rest of the weapons.
I still think the Combi Flamer might be the best bet because the wounding on 2s with the Melta guns just to take out infantry. But there is the chance of taking those 2 flamethrowers, getting 3 hits apiece, so 6 extra hits for bolters that are all, because it is a bolter essentially.
Yeah.
Getting 6 extra hits and then all the bolter weapons just firing and wounding on 2s is amazing.
Actually, now that I think about it, so the Melta gun is going to be mathematically -1 to hit.
Yeah.
If you're combiing a flamer, it doesn't get -1 to hit because it automatically hits.
Bolter itself gets the -1 to hit.
It's always going to have that.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's always going to have that. So you really just want to look at, because the points on the combis are now just the points of the regular weapon. The bolter's free. So you are going to take the combi flamer, because it doesn't get the -1 to hit, and then you just have a regular melt in your squad.
Yep. And you just have to make sure everything's in range. But before we gush about all of the stuff we discovered in this, because this... So in my last video, I said at the beginning of the video, this is going to be 30 minutes. And then it went on for an extra hour over that. Mm-hmm. This is probably going to be a 2-hour video.
90 minutes? Who knows?
We're shooting for 90 minutes, so probably an hour and 90 minutes. So it's like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Don't worry, the combos just keep stacking. It's going to be bad.
Yes, it is. So go ahead and read these. Read through 1 through 6 and, yeah, their effects.
Okay, so we're looking at the Sacred Rites. So the first Sacred Rite, Hand of the Emperor. When a unit with this Sacred Rite advances, add 1 to the advance roll. When you make a charge roll for a unit with this Sacred Rite, add 1 to the result.
So that's good for your close combat units, your Seraphim, your Celestine, because she actually gets these.
Yes, it's everything. Yeah, every unit in your army that has the Adeptus Sororitas and or Adeptus Ministorum faction keywords.
That
which
also
is
does
everything. Yeah,
it includes It does include the mortifiers, and it does include the penitent engines, which we did find the difference between. They're both just solid units.
It's a little confusing which auras work on which.
Yeah, it's.
I feel like it needs a table.
Yeah, it does. It does. But this one is just really good because getting your sisters up the board, especially if you're playing like Argent Shroud, where you would ignore the advance roll, so you just get that extra 1 inch for your flamer weapons. Or
so which one is it that's the pistol one? Close combat and pistols?
That is a stratagem.
No, the one that's the
No. That's Bloody Rose.
Bloody Rose.
Yeah, it's really good with that.
Bloody Rose really likes it.
You want the advanced one as well. This one.
And then Argent Shroud really likes it.
Yeah, Argent Shroud is really good.
Our Murdered Lady, if you're going with a melee build, really likes it.
Or if you just stack assault weapons.
If you're doing so, our Murdered Lady does character spam, and characters are very melee-y in this edition. Hero Hammer's a thing.
Yeah, it is Hero Hammer.
So, yeah, you're going to be doing, if you're doing our Murdered Lady character spam, Bloody Rose,
which
if they're doing Seraphim Zephyrim spam, and
I think me and you agreed that Bloody Rose is actually one of the worst ones.
But
it's still really good.
It has uses.
So, unlike the Black Templar, which are the Black Templar, the Bloody Rose one is actually really good for a close combat Marine unit. Yes. Like, Black Templar were relevant for like 15 seconds, and then they're like, oh yeah, the Blood Angels also get the combat doctrines, and every single Black Templar player was like, yeah! Oh.
I think that...
But anyway, we could do an entire video ranting about why the Black Templar are both really good and terrible at the same time.
I think they have. But, okay, so the next one, Spirit of the Martyr. When a model with this Sacred Rite is destroyed, and that's the thing, it's not just a sister, it's everything.
Yeah, it's everything.
When a model with this Sacred Rite is destroyed, roll 1d6 before removing the model from play. On a 5-up, that model can either shoot with one of its ranged weapons, so it has like 2 heavy bolters or 2 heavy flamers, it's only shooting 1.
Yeah.
As if it were your shooting phase, or make 1 attack with one of its melee weapons, as if it were the
Which actually is really good if you are rolling up with, Repent. Can we just say that I was wrong about Repentia and they might be amazing?
They have the potential.
Yeah, like if your opponent doesn't pick off your characters turn 1, turn 2, your Repentia past turn 2 are going to be the most deadly thing you have in your arsenal.
They can be.
Can be.
Is it Bloody? It's Bloody Rose, right? Because they have the Warlord trait. They have a relic, a Warlord trait, and a Stratagem.
And an Imagifier, which gives them +1 strength and everything.
And an Imagifier, and you stick all those together, and you're hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, wounding on 2s, re-rolling.
Yep.
Neg 2 damage.
Yep.
And they're swinging 3 times.
Okay, so they have a base of 2. You have +1 for the missionary, +1 for another ability, the Bloody Rose.
They're probably they're going to.
And then they can double that amount of attacks each. So each one is strength 8, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s against most targets.
Against everything, actually. Unless it's a T9 knight, because you're subtracting 1 using the relic.
Or you run into a Land Raider. No, Land Raider's a T8.
Yeah.
So you wounding it on 4s down to 3s. Unless your opponent's running some crazy jank, you're going to be wounding everything on 3s and 2s.
Infernal Knights, they can pay mortal wounds to get T9.
Even then, you're already causing the wounds?
Yeah, you're getting on 4s.
Yeah, so you're still winning.
Fine. Also, they're 16-point models.
Yeah, they're dirt cheap.
Yeah. Also, if you're doing Bloody Rose, they're Neg 3.
Oh my god, yes. Holy cow. So. See, and that is one of the worst orders. Like, and it's amazing.
It's pretty good.
All right, so next one that we have.
Ages of the Emperor. When a Deny the Witch test is taken for a unit with this sacred rite, add 3 to the total, which is just good.
So it's when they attempt to deny the witch?
Yeah, so it's when an Adeptus Sororitas or an Adeptus Ministorum unit attempt to, say, deny the witch, they get +3. So sisters can do it.
Becomes a 9.
Yeah, so you're adding 3. There's a relic that negs 2.
Yep.
So it's roughly a neg 5. So you're starting to get to the point where you're actually... Because every unit can attempt to deny the witch. That's a sister.
Yeah.
Right? That's not a Repentia?
No, Repentia can as well.
Cool, great. So at that point, you're kind of just turning off psychics.
And let's not forget, if you fail that, you can spend 1 command point to just go
make a 4 up again.
4 up against it, and you spend a command point to re-roll that because you're going to have a ton of command points aside from all the relics you buy, which you buy all of them. So you're just going to be looking at your opponent going like this, ooh, that really clutch psychic power, and no. And your opponent's just going to be like, no, that's not how that works. You rolled a 5 on a d6 and negated my 9. And you're just going to be like, yes. Well, actually, it's you negating my 8. And you're just going to be like, yes.
Yes.
And your opponent's going to be like,
yes.
Okay. And if not, like, even if you don't try to bank it on the +3 to your die roll for the negate, you could just negate it with your Inquisitor. And
also,
then pay 4. Then pay the command point and roll a 4 up to negate it.
Also, there's the strat where you can dump miracle dice to add to a die roll. Does it say any single die roll?
Oh, we have to read that one. We'll get to that one later.
We'll get to that one.
Yeah. So we're not sure about that yet.
Okay. Divine Guidance. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model with the Sacred Rite on an unmodified roll of 6, the armor penetration value characteristic of this weapon is improved by 1 for that attack. So it's wound rolls of... Is it wound? Yeah, it's wound rolls of 6 or neg an extra 1.
But that's still really good when you're using...
Bolter spam.
Not only that, but if you use Holy Trinity, you're already wounding, and then you're giving them a negative on top of that.
Yes. It only still works on the die roll of a 6.
Yeah.
It's unmodified.
But that's still really good.
It's really good. Mm-hmm. Okay, the Passion. When resolving an attack made with a melee weapon by a model with the Sacred Rite on an unmodified roll of 6, scores 1 additional hit.
Yeah, so Repentia again.
Yes.
Repentia, Penitent Engines, Mortifier, Xeraphim, Celestine, any Canoness, any character.
And remember, it's 1 additional hit.
Oh, and the Repressor. The Repressor has 9 attacks, hitting on 5s.
Why?
Because the Repressor has a Dozer Ram. The Repressor is the best tank in the game. Let's remember that.
Also, it's an additional hit. You don't roll it.
Okay, look, I get it. I make that mistake all the time.
Every game I've ever seen you play.
Oh my god. I know, but last edition
Every game.
I know.
Okay, Light of the Emperor.
He's never going to let me live that down.
When a morale test is taken for a unit with the Sacred Rite, you can reroll the dice.
So that's the worst one.
It's not bad.
I know, right?
Yeah, but it's you have and they show no fear.
It's really funny that the worst one is they're Space Marines.
Yeah, which is not bad, especially when sisters at 9 points are tougher than a Marine.
Yeah.
At 17 or 12 points respectively.
Well, what's crazy about Sisters of Battle versus, like, we're going to verse them to Primaris Marines because, let's be real, nobody's using Tactical Marines anymore.
I do.
You're dumb.
Hey. Salamanders really like non-Primaris models.
Okay, that I'll give it to you. But comparing them to the more traditional, Marines and the Primaris Marines, Sisters of Battle with a 4-up Invo save, it's just good.
Yeah. I mean, because Marines right now are moving toward Intercessor spam. Like, 90 Intercessors on the table.
Oh my god, that's so dirty, and I love it.
Oh, yeah, it's so simple.
Yeah.
You just have a plunger. You just push them forward on the table, and it's like, oh yeah, they're T4, 2 wounds.
No, you know what you do?
It's great.
You know what you actually do? You get that thing that picks up dice from across the room. That thing that picks up the dice from across the table in gambling halls, and use that to push your guys on the movement trace. Yes, quite. I will move over here and then destroy that unit. Oh, you can go ahead and remove that, darling. I don't know where that came from.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, stop it.
Okay.
So even with all of that, while he searches for the next thing, even with all of that, the worst one being number 6, they're all really solid. And you could just pick and be like, well, I picked this one. That train is really loud. But I picked this one. It's fine. I want this one. That's cool. Or you can roll 2 and be solid. But if you roll doubles on the same one, you're stuck with it.
I mean, so there's 1 CP. So real quick, battle rights. Use it at the start of the battle. So 1 CP for the first stratagem, real quick. Use the stratagem at the start of the battle round if your warlord has a Sacred Rites ability. They do. If you're using Sacred Rites and it's on the battlefield, select 1 active Sacred Rite. So if you don't have Sacred Rites, so if you're souped, you can't use this. Roll 1d6 to randomly generate a new Sacred Rite. You may re-roll this result if the new Sacred Rite is the same one that is currently active.
Wait, can you check the mortifiers and the penitent engine, see if they have Sacred Rites?
I think Sacred Rite is not actually on the data slate.
No, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Sacred Rites. Let's go check them really quickly.
They are heavy so far.
Yeah, there's the mortifier.
They
do not.
They don't.
Okay, so let's check the penitent engine. It does not. Okay, so that's a good thing to keep a note of.
So mortifiers are now in soup.
Yeah, mortifiers are a soup thing.
Okay, so so if you roll doubles on your Sacred Rites,
you just pay 1 command point.
You pay 1 CP. If you roll a double again, you just re-roll it, and you can continually re-roll that until you get a non-identical.
Yeah. Now, the reason you can do this, and most people know that you can't use the same stratagem twice in one phase, but since this is before the game begins, you can actually keep using it.
You roll it once because of the way that's worded. You can't re-roll in 40k.
Well, what you do is then you just pick the other die.
You're only rolling 1 die.
No. Okay, so you have 2 dice. Okay? You rolled the doubles, so both are 6s. So you take this 6, left 6, and you re-roll it.
If you get a 6 again.
That's fine. You then re-roll the right 6 into something different.
You select 1. It's done at the start of the battle round, which is not during a phase.
Yeah.
So you can do it twice.
See? There we go. Problem
solving. You can just continually re-roll it for a CP.
Yeah.
Each time.
And
there's a re-roll on that inside it once. So there's a 1 in 128 chance that you have to spend 2 CPs to get.
Let's talk about this for a second. You're gonna have a ton of CP because you're gonna do double battalion.
Triple
battalion.
Battalion specialty detachment.
Possibly, yes. Especially if you go you have to do the brigade do min units, and the battalion do the 15 girl units.
Yeah, because you need a lot of support characters. You probably want 9 support characters.
So the last one I would say Vanguard.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of because what is it? There's twice as many elite slots or elite units as there are of any other unit.
Yeah, I mean look at all of our troop choices, the whole one of them.
The really good one.
Yeah,
I'll take the 1.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I was kind of really hoping that they would get novitiates.
Why?
A 4-up sister battle with no armor and just a bolt gun.
But what are they
that
going to
has
be, like 6 points a model?
They would be like
They're
that,
gonna
and they would just have infiltrate. That'd be it.
Actually, they might be broken. It might be like, yes, I just win every game. It's fine. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna box you in. 4-up invo. Oh, it's fine.
Well, no, because they wouldn't have the 4-up invo. Because you have to get the characters there to give them the 4-up invo. So they'd only have a 6-up.
Yeah, they'll get there. It's fine.
So how you get the 4-up info, for anybody that's out there that does not know, Celestine plus Junith or Janeth, I think.
Junith.
Yeah, Junith.
Yeah.
Gives the +1 to the Shield of Faith. So they go from a 6 to a 5 to a 4. You can do this with a Canoness as well, so you can actually spread this out quite a bit.
Yeah, you can have 3 bubbles of +1 invul.
Yeah, so you keep the bulk of your sisters in 2 of them, so that you have a 4-up invulnerable save.
And you probably do a Sisters Soup detachment, because Junith is in every army.
Yes, Junith
Celestine
and
is
Celestine.
in every army. So that's 2. So you maybe even do a Supreme Command?
Well, no, because you know what you do? You do a Vanguard detach. No, the fast attack one, the Outrider detachment. Yeah. And you bring 2 Seraphim and 1 Seraphim unit. You bring Celestine... Zephyrim. And you bring Junith, okay? Mm-hmm. This gives you the ability to drop in 8 Melta shots on turn 2, turn 3, as well as dropping in the Zephyrim to actually protect your 2 characters with a 4-up invulnerable save right off the bat.
They start at a 5, so they only need 1 aura?
Yep.
So they can be way out in front.
Or the best part is, you just charge them into something.
Yes, and they have, so Zephyrim can carry a pendant around that is a pendant of reroll charges within 6.
Yep. So you always just tell them back towards the characters, and the characters should charge in.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I'm just going to see if I can get a 12.
Hey, look, I got a 12.
Yeah. And you're adding 1.
It's still a 45% chance for a 9-inch charge?
With a reroll?
Yeah, it goes to a 70.
45-ish.
Yeah.
With a reroll. It's 36-ish without.
Yeah, but still, you're looking at a 4-up invulnerable save and invo saves from Celestine onto your Imperial troops.
Yeah.
Even a 6-up is really, really, really tight and really clutch, especially if you can keep a mortar alive.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just an extra turn of a mortar shot is insane.
It gets there.
Even, like, a tank with a 6-up invulnerable save is the scariest thing to your opponent, because if they put a Melta shot into it, just going, that tank is going to die now.
Also Miracle Dice.
And then, you get the Miracle Dice on top of it. So it's just, this Codex is just good.
Hey, look, in a dice game where you get to screw with the dice, it's good.
They're essentially playing Blood Bowl.
So there's like a whole, like, it's the will of the Emperor. You're actually moving the dice around in like a fourth wall breaking kind of way. And there's a bunch of stratagems that do it again.
I know, it's so crazy.
So,
and then there's command points. Like, you can actually roll up a Miracle Dice, spend a command point, and then re-roll it.
You don't?
No, you don't ever really need to, but say you need a 6 next turn and your Miracle Pool is empty.
You probably have an Ebon Chalice detachment that has 3 of the, what's the artillery piece?
The Exorcist?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
You probably have 3 of them, and they're probably Ebon Chalice.
Yeah.
So that, and then you probably have something to make it's that, what is it? It's the Dialogus that allows you to do 1 per unit.
Yep.
And so you have a Dialogus standing there, and, how many wounds does that thing have left? Oh, okay, well, this is my last, I have, you get like 6 shots, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s, neg 4? Neg 3?
I think it's neg 3.
It's harsh. D6 damage. So let's say 3 it through. You roll the first 2. You go, okay, how many wounds does that have? Oh, it has 5. Okay, here's a 5.
Yeah, just boom. Or you spend the 2 1s to make it a 6.
Yeah.
Just, sorry, I need that dead. Sorry, you're dead. Okay, bye.
And you do that 3 times.
At this point, Exorcists are the scariest things for Knight players.
Get there.
Like, they have to be able to see them, get to them, and destroy them as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And the worst part is...
And their Codex can never get below a 4-up. Better than a 4-up.
Yeah.
So...
Still, the funniest thing about it is the second their knights start moving towards the Exorcist, so you hide the Exorcist in the back. You hide them more than 4 feet away. and your opponent just goes like this, I need to kill that, and rushes towards it, and they play it into your hand.
And you're catcher's mitting, right? So you're either going into them where you're playing...
Oh, and let's not even forget, you can just deep strike the Seraphim on top of those knights and just blow them away with the Stratagem. Oh, so 8 melta shots into the armor of the damn thing. And if you can maneuver your opponent, so a lot of psychological warfare into getting your opponent to move to where you want him to move based on where you position your exorcist, for instance. So you want to go towards the left or the right side so that your opponent has to go that way, which means 2 knights are going to go that way, which is perfect because they're going to be next to each other. You drop in the Seraphim, and the one has to go like this because they have to do it during the movement phase. They have to rotate ion shields.
I think it's the beginning of shooting.
Oh, so they don't even get to rotate ion shields when they first fire.
I think it's the beginning of shooting.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So you blast the one, and then during your shooting phase, they go, okay, the one that's wounded, does that one rotate ion shields, or does the one behind it rotate ion shields? And you have both drop down, so you can blow away either one entire knight, or you're shooting at the other knight, which is going to do the 4-up invulnerable save, and at that point, you overload the invulnerable save, or you just kill the other one.
You're getting there, right? You with eight melt. I mean, that's a stratagem, right? It's fiery descent.
Yeah, that's fiery descent.
Okay. We haven't done any stratagems yet.
I know, but we have talked about 2 in 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the first stratagem. Open reliquaries. It's good. 1 CP, you get a relic. Something that some people misread.
Before you did this, I did misread this. And I told him about this, and he bopped me in the head with the Codex.
You can only take 1 relic.
I don't sound like that. Okay, maybe a little. Anyway, so I read it as, wait, it's not a 1-3?
Yeah.
And I was like, so you can only take 1. That sucks. So you can only get 2. And then he's like, no, it doesn't.
Before the game starts.
It doesn't have a maximum.
And I'm like, once per battle. It's not in a phase. And I'm like,
I'm sitting there like,
it's not in a phase.
Wait.
1 + 1 is in fact 5 right now.
Oh.
Maybe fish. Or it's good.
I can get it.
It's really bad how good this is.
Yeah, so you can pay.
Space Marines is the same thing, right? The thing is,
Space Marines are at 3.
No, the new Codex you just
Yay!
buy 1 per. The fun part though is all of the relics in this book, except for 1, are really good.
Yeah.
So you just take all of them.
Yeah, you just spend like 5, 6, 7 command points just
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 or 9.
Yeah, you're blowing through.
So all of the relics just do what they were already doing, but better.
Yeah.
So you just want all of them, and you take all of them.
Now, a lot of people out there are going to be like, don't do that. You need those command rerolls, and you need those command points. The funny part is you're running a brigade detachment. You're already sitting at 10 command points.
Yeah. I mean, you might take 4.
And then on top of that, you're taking a battalion detachment for another 3 command points. So even if you blow through 5 command points, you're sitting... Wait, how many does a brigade give you?
12.
12, so 15, 16, 17, 18... 19 more than likely because you're doing a triple.
Yeah, you have 3.
So you spend 1 for your Inquisitor because you need to.
You don't spend any for an Inquisitor. You just bob them.
No. The Inquisitor has an ability where you spend 1, give it a command point and a relic for just 1 command point.
You can take a Warlord trait.
A Warlord trait and a relic.
But you just do Codia's, you just bob
the
Warlord trait.
Nope, I want it. I want it on Rosalina so that she's useful. But you don't need to do that. So you have 15 command points. You blow through 5, you have 10 command points. You're still outnumbering your opponent's command points unless they're bringing Orks or Guard. In which case, you just go like this. Okay.
Guard don't have any use.
You don't... Yeah, they don't have any use. Orks run out of them turn 2. And you're sitting there at the end of the game still with like 4 command points going, yeah, I have Miracle Dice, so I don't need these.
Yeah. Also, there's stratagems to get more Miracle Dice. Because, you didn't have enough before. You need more.
So... The first one, open the reliquary. You want to spend this as many times as you need, as many characters as you have.
You're going to do it between 3 and 6 times again.
Yeah. I actually advise 4 or 5.
Because you start with 1 for free in your army, right?
Now, again, everybody, if we are wrong about this, please let us know in the comments section down below. And please give us sources that tell us that we're wrong. This way we can correct ourselves and be better players. You know, we don't want to accidentally do this a couple of games and be like, no, no, and people are just telling us we're wrong without ever telling us why we're wrong.
Dice cycles.
Yeah. So, second one.
Okay, so Embodied Prophecy. Use the stratagem at the start of the fight phase. Select one Zephyrum squad unit in your army till the end of the phase when resolving an attack made with a melee weapon by a model in a friendly Adeptus Sororitas unit within 6 inches of the Zephyrum model, or Zephyrum unit. Reroll a wound roll of 1. So that includes mortifiers because they are sisters.
Yes, mortifiers
the only way to
do...
reroll ones to wound for them.
Yep.
Which makes it good for that specific unit.
Yeah, so again, if you're going to splash, I highly suggest that you splash Zephyrum in with mortifiers, in with Celestine, in with Junith, in with 2 squads of Seraphim, and that's what you use for soup lists. But for pure sisters, I actually don't think Seraphim are worth it that much.
Zephyrum have...
Really good for splash.
So they're also really good for Bloody Rose. You're dropping them in right below, right either in front of or behind your front line as you rocket everything forward.
Yeah, because you
just push everything forward as fast as possible, maybe Argent Shroud. As fast as possible. Mm-hmm. Turn 2 or turn 3, you're dropping, probably turn 2. You're dropping them in right behind your line. They're handing out rerolls to charge. And then if you're not Armored Lady, you don't have Junith for reroll 1s to wound.
But if you are Armored Lady, they're still really good.
Yeah. And it's 1 CP. Anything that's not a sister doesn't get Junith's aura.
Can you check if... I know this is going to sound stupid, but can you check if Seraphim have the Seraphim keyword?
I think they're Zephyrum.
Zephyrum?
Like they are specifically their own...
I'm pretty sure, but just in case.
They're Zephyrum Squad.
Okay, good, good. I just wanted to make sure because there is a stratagem in here.
Broken.
Yeah, for the Burning Descent with them.
Mm-hmm. They don't use it as well.
Hmm?
They don't use it as well.
No, they can't. Well, they can't.
Right, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Even if they could. Okay, so Moment of Grace. Use this stratagem after making a hit roll or wound roll for an attack.
Oh, you forgot this one down here. Oh, you're doing it that way. Why would you do it that way? That's silly.
Oh, okay, I started with battle rights.
Okay, we started this really weird. Okay, let's go.
Use this stratagem after making a hit roll or wound roll for an attack made by an Adeptus Sororitas model from your army, or after making a saving throw for an Adeptus Sororitas model from your army. Discard 1 to 3 miracle dice. Add 1 to the result of the roll for each miracle dice you discarded. So it's a hit, wound, or saving throw, which does not include Feel No Pains, but it includes invulns and armor
What's
saves.
funny is it actually works on the one engine because they are sisters.
Mortifiers?
Yeah.
They don't. So what this is for is you have your 4-up, maybe you have a 3-up Canoness.
Yeah.
I need this to live. Okay, so you take a bunch of wounds, you're down to 1 or 2 wounds. Miracle die.
Yep.
Auto pass. Is it Dialogus who hands out another one?
No, the Dialogus allows you to re-roll the miracle dice.
Okay, I thought it was modified it.
It might modify it. We'd have to go and check real quick.
It's a minor thing. Then there is, so you do like, if you have Triumph of St. Catherine or anything like that, you do another one. So you just, boop, there's another one. And then you roll it, and no matter what you roll, you just start modifying it.
Yeah.
And then you command reroll another one.
Which is quite insane.
So a thing doesn't, okay. And then once it dies, there's another one in here where it gets picked up, and then you go, oh, no, it's not dead.
Yeah. You just bring it back to life.
I'm going to spend 2 CP and dump 3 miracle dice, which you probably have 9 of. And, those 2s and 1s, whatever. You dump them, and it just comes back at the end of the phase with the number of wounds that you...
Can you use that on the Triumph of St. Catherine?
Yes. Because it's a sister.
That actually makes the Triumph worth using. Because we just discovered that the Triumph can't actually be healed.
Triumph is a sister.
So where's the one that brings them back to life? And how many wounds does it bring him back to life with? I think it actually brings
You dump miracle dice up to 3, and you come back with that many wounds.
Okay.
So it's not a D3. So
you'd only
Space
have like one
Marines,
relic? You'd only have like one relic from the Triumph then?
Yeah, but
it's not
you
worth
have to
it
choose
on
which
that.
one you have. There's a few of them that are pretty good. That's way later on.
All right, let's just move on.
That's pretty. Yeah, I can't even find it. Okay. There's way too many stratagems in this book.
Oh my god, there's so many, and I love it.
Furious Recital, Neg 1 to leadership of.
This is a bad one. Skip it.
Within 12 of an exorcist. If it's chaos, it's Neg 2.
Negative leadership modifiers is so
It's an
pointless.
artillery piece. If it's within 12, you've already lost.
Yeah, you're losing the game.
It's like,
I have one piece of hair that just will not stay where it's supposed. Like, look at this. It will not stay. Watch. Okay, now it's staying. There we go. It was just lined right here, just slightly. Okay, sorry.
It's fine. Okay, Final Redemption.
I like this one.
So 1 CP. Oh, the previous one was 1 CP. You're never going to use it.
Yeah.
Final Redemption. 1 CP. Essentially, Sisters of Penshea get a 4-up feel no pain. Mm-hmm. Which for 1 CP is amazing.
Yeah.
Because they already have a 6-up?
They have a 5-up.
They have a 5-up. Okay, so you're just giving them a +1. But that 4-up, they're about to charge. 4-up.
Yeah.
They have a save. They have an invul. Then they have a 4-up feel no pain.
Well, they have a 7+ save.
They have a 4-up invul.
Yeah.
They have a 4-up feel no pain.
Now, we are saying 4-up invo because we're assuming the other characters are around it.
We're assuming competence.
Yeah. We're assuming that you're playing the army well.
Which there's going to be 3. So I'm the type of person, I put redundancy in the list, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to have Junith, Celestian.
No, not Celestian.
Celestine. And then an extra warlord who's just going to have that warlord trait.
Look at this. This piece of hair is back.
It's never going to go away.
I know.
It's going to haunt you till the day you die. Just chop it off.
No.
Burn it. It's 1 hair. And then a 3rd one, right? So you're going to have 3 bubbles. You have 3 bubbles. You're going to have
1 blossom and 1 buttercup.
Chemical X. Oh, God. So, yeah. So
we're assuming competence with your Repentia. If used correctly, you're going to be able to use this to an extreme efficiency. Yeah. You're going to be using this on this turn that Repentia are either charged or get stuck in combat because they didn't kill something and you don't for some reason feel like spending 3 CP to attack again, which I don't know why you wouldn't.
So it's even better. It's when they're chosen as the target of a melee weapon. So you can't use it on Overwatch. But that's the second they're swung at, they just 4-up feel no pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And Miracle Dice and all that. So.
Oh my god, the Miracle Dice is so good. I'm actually upset that the Repentia don't get away to use an extra. Everything else in the army does. Well, that is a Sister of Battle. That is a squad of Sisters of Battle.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so 1 CP Blazing Piety. Basically a Dialogus within 6 inches of a Chaos unit.
This thing is dirty.
Wound, and it's just the beginning of your psychic phase. Dialogus, Chaos unit. 1 CP, 1 mortal wound. Into a demon unit is D3.
Yeah, so read the Dialogus's stats real quick. Because it has an ability on top of this. Which is ridiculous, because you are picking your opponent's Chaos Demon Prince and just going, eh.
Yeah, because it does...
What, 3-4 wounds at max?
I know it gets bad.
You want to go back. It's an elite. Like everything in this book.
I can read. It's not what I went to college for, though. Okay, Dialogus. So Axe of Faith.
I think you're looking for this
one.
Oh no, the psychic phase.
Okay, when this model would lose a wound as a result of a mortal wound, roll a 5 up the wound is lost.
No, it's this one then.
Stirring Rhetoric. When you perform an act of faith for a model or unit whilst it was within 6 inches of any friendly model.
See, I'm not the only one that gets tongue-tied on this.
With this ability, you can increase or decrease the value of the miracle die by 1 before you use it to the maximum of 6 and a minimum of 1. It is not cumulative with any other abilities that can increase or decrease the value of a miracle die.
Oh, okay.
So what do they do?
Never mind.
Okay.
It's just D3 mortal wounds to a demon prince.
Still good.
It's still really good.
Still good.
Also, ironically, it deals D3 to the Avatar of Cain or the Avatar of Yanid, They're demons.
Do they have the demon rule?
Yes, they do.
They do.
They do. So if your opponent, for some reason, runs that, and
The Incarn's in most Yunari lists right now.
yeah, so there you
There's
go.
not a lot of Yunari, but every Yunari list.
Do you remember when they were everywhere?
Yes.
And just like
Bad times.
Gathering Storm Book 1, they were swiftly forgotten.
They got an update in the White Dwarf that turned them off.
Well, it turned them into a Harlequin army.
Yes. Yeah. That
And-
it was bad.
Yeah.
They're actually good now.
It is funny. I do want to make a video about them. They are like tier 2, tier 3.
They're tier 2.
Yeah.
I think they're soup. They're soup heavy, especially when like the characters are so cheap.
The characters are cheap and ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like Yvraine is still one of the best psychers in the game.
Yeah. Eldrad. Yeah, she's like top 5.
Yeah. And she can field Eldrad
Armin's
with her.
amazing, and Eldrad's amazing. He is not a Yunari model, in spite of the fact that he's the Yunari guy. He caused
Wait, no, he's in the Yunari book.
No, he's not.
What?
Oh no, so he's like he in the fluff is he caused the forming of the Yinkarn, but
Which is rather amusing because
not-
he actually...
but in the fluff he's Yunari.
Yeah,
He's the Ahriman of the Eldar in every way at this point.
Yeah.
But he's not a Yunari model.
Ironically enough, he actually was supposed to awaken the god fully. The Deathwatch showed up and he's like, guys, I'm trying to actually help. And they're like, nuh-uh, and shot him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Messed up the actual, the awakening process. And just as the god itself, like, awoke, Yvraine died in Kamara right at the exact point where its soul awoke and possessed her body and destroyed most of Kamara. Well, most of Kamara, destroyed a part of Kamara, and opened up a gate
Killed
into...
everybody inside her arena or something.
Maybe, because conveniently all of the main characters survived.
It's fine.
I mean, you know, when you lose 11
and then the
chapter
bodyguard
masters,
guy killed somebody for a sword.
killed somebody for a sword and was the original person who trained her. It was her exarch.
Right. Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
He's 80 points now. Okay, so...
We also found out that Junzar is the Phoenix Lord. We had theories about it,
already
but now
knew
it's
that.
confirmed.
It's
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, see?
Okay, so 1
There's
CP
your
for
lore.
Martyr's Immolation. You can spend 1 CP to make an immolator automatically explode.
It's decent, but you're not going to be taking immolators. You're not going to be taking immolators. The repressor is better than the immolator, even though the immolator has a heavy bolter.
I could see taking... So if you just don't have access to suppressors, which is...
Repressors.
Whatever.
Suppressors of the Space Marine unit.
Suppressed repressors.
Depressors.
Depressions. So if you can't, like, convert...
Go to Shapeways. Get the repressor.
It's getting there. Okay. So,
I mean, I would advise getting it from Forge World, but I've been trying for years.
yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, so there's plenty of ways to actually get the repressor. In fact, just get the new kit and just build up a little bit on the back and just say it's a repressor. No one really knows.
Right.
Yeah, like no one really knows what the repressor actually is. So
true.
yeah, just go ahead and field it.
True.
You do need Forces of the Adeptus Astartes, the index from Forge World. No, it's not being legend as far as we know.
There's no Forge World kits being affected to our knowledge.
Yeah, and it's still being produced by Forge World, so there's no reason for it not to be.
Right.
So go ahead and get yourself one. Literally take a box and put it on top of your Rhino and say, like, you can just go to any of the what the hell are they called? The Bone Reaper guys, the Bone Daddies. Go to the Bone Daddy army and get some of their terrain pieces and put it on top of a Rhino and say this is a repressor, and have the best tank in the entire game. There you go. See, it's the best tank in the entire game. He's about to get repressed.
Yeah. Keep the camera rolling. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 CP for Holy Trinity.
Which at first I said was
Yeah,
bad,
and
and then
I'm
we
like,
started talking about it because we were both in agreement when we were talking about a Dominion and a Retributor squad. We were like, nah, it's not really that good. But then I was like, a sister
Regular
unit can go up to 15 girls, and he's like, +1 to wound on 15 sisters.
let's look at the rules of use. So use the stratagem in your shooting phase after you have declared how you will split the shots of an Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army. If that unit shoots all its weapons at the same target, and that target is within range of at least one bolt weapon being shot by a weapon.
One flamer and one melta.
One flamer, one melta. Until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made by a model in that unit, add 1 to the wound roll.
Yeah. So you're suddenly wounding most things on 4s. You're going down to 3s with bolters, which is really decent. So you're wounding a lot easier. And all you need to do this is a Combi Melta on the Sister Superior, a Flamethrower, or the other way around, and just a ton of bolters. And I think you could even take a Storm Bolter on a Sister just in there as well. It doesn't really matter. Actually, no, because maybe you want to take 2 special weapons, 2 Flamethrowers, and a Combi Melta, or...
You want maximum number of shots in the unit.
Yeah, so you do want to get that...
Combi Flamer because you can't get -1 to hit on a Flamer, because it automatically hits. So you take the Melta-Gun, Combi Flamer, -1 to hit, Bolter because it's your Combi Melta.
And then you want to take a Storm Bolter.
And then you take a Storm Bolter for your second thing.
Special weapon.
Yeah, whatever. And then you get 2 extra shots. At all times in every way. Yeah.
So there you go. 15 sisters. So 14, 13 sisters. That's 26, 27, 28 shots. Hitting on 3s.
They're all within 12, right? So it's living the dream. You're probably getting 20.
If one of the sisters dies, you're hitting on 2s.
Yeah. Well, Armor Lady, yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to play Armor Lady.
Oh my god, I'm going to abuse that
every time.
Because I can abuse it.
You're going to need an accounting degree to keep up with that army.
I know, it's going to be great. Can't wait.
It's going to be bad.
It's not going to be bad. He's going to be bad.
I'm always bad. Okay, so 1 CP, Heroine in the Making. Use this stratagem before the battle.
And no, we're not talking about the, Continue.
It's 1 N. So in the making, so it's basically someone who's not a character, an Adeptus Sororitas character that's not your Warlord gets a Warlord trait.
Which is really, really, really good if you gave that character a relic.
Yeah.
So then they get a Warlord trait.
Captain.
So yeah, you give a the Blade of Admission a Warlord, and you go with that, or you give
There's Blade of Admonition. There's the Beneficence if you're Order of the Bloody Rose, which if you want a Smash Captain,
you go Bloody Rose.
You go Bloody Rose.
Yeah.
And that is the same stats as the Teeth of Terror.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the Beneficence melee. It's only if the model is equipped with a chainsword. Melee +1 strength, -2 AP, 2 damage. That's actually going to be -3 if it's a full Bloody Rose attachment. And then you get 3 additional attacks with a weapon.
Yeah, which is insane because you're getting 4, 5, 6 if you have a missionary, 7, 8, 9 attacks with a canoness with a strength 4, strength 5 if there's a banner around, AP -2, 2 damage weapon.
3 if it's Bloody Rose.
Have fun with your Smash Captain.
And then there's so the Bloody Rose Warlord trait, so it's add 1 to the attack's characteristic.
So yeah, you take that one on the one that you make the Warlord.
Well, you give a Warlord trait to that's not your Warlord.
Yeah, so that's the one. So I would put this one on the one that's becoming another Warlord.
Getting a Warlord trait.
Yes. See? Thinking. Brains.
It's going to die, by the way.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's going to die.
Actually, you know what's funny? It has a lot of survivability.
Oh, and then it's going to come back. And it's going to swing again.
Yeah. And if you have Celestians nearby?
Okay, I can't. That's too specific. But, yeah, it's a lot.
There's a lot you can do with them. And it's
I'm
pretty
done swinging. It gets back up. Here we go. Okay, cool. Bad. It's really bad.
Oh, it's really good.
Okay, so here's 2 CP Divine Intervention. Essentially, so it's an Adeptus Sororitas character other than Celestine, a Gemini Superior, Junith, Junith, or the Triumph. Okay, so the Triumph is not included. So you can't use it on the
Triumph.
You can't use it on Junith, which is...
That's okay, though. That's okay.
So
Because Celestine has a natural get-up.
She has a natural get-up. You can command reroll it.
Yeah, so you have a 1 in 36 chance she
always
dies.
Happen. Is it 2-up?
It's a 2+.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so when this unit, except for these, are destroyed, discard 1 to 3 miracle dice, and they basically come back at the end of the phase. Let me make sure on this. Okay, so at the end of the phase, return that model to play with a number of wounds remaining equal to the number of miracle dice that you discarded, placing it as close as possible to its previous position and more than 1 inch away from an enemy model. Yeah. From any enemy models. You do not gain a miracle dice for the destruction of that model because of...
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Also, by the way, she comes back swinging on 2s. Even though she was already swinging on 2s.
Yeah, because it's a unit that lost a model.
Yep.
And came... It's weird.
Yeah, think about that.
And then this can only be done on each character once.
Yeah.
But you're going to do it on every one.
Because why would you not?
Why would you not?
Like, aside from, like, a Hospitaller or a Dialogist, which if they die, you're just like, whatever, I don't care.
It's the last one you're going to.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But even so...
Oh, no, my auras! Oh, never mind.
Well, no, because the Dialogist, she doesn't really have... She has that one aura for the rerolls. I would use it on her, but not the Hospitaller.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
Hospitaller is nice. You
honestly,
want one?
I can only see, like, one, and you put it on a Retributor squad in the back, or you run it up and then just immediately heal.
Yeah.
You heal, like, Celestians with it.
Yeah. You continually feed Celestians back into the... Yeah, Celestians back into your army.
So that you can keep body blocking.
Yeah.
But be careful. These Celestians themselves can't absorb wounds for her because she herself is not an auto... She's not an auto-militant. She's an auto-fabuloso. Or famuloso. So she doesn't actually... Fabulosis. Yeah, she's not a battle sister. I like saying fabuloso because it's a type of floor cleaner.
It's an Adeptus Sororitas. It's just not order.
Yeah, it's not order. So they can't body block for her.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
None of these are.
Well, aren't they?
The Hospitaller aren't.
Yeah. None of the
Dialogus
base characters. Check the Magifier, actually. Can she be body blocked for... Because that actually matters.
Is order.
Yeah, she can be body blocked.
Which is the most important one.
Yeah, you want those Magifiers. You want 3 Magifiers.
Probably 2. Probably need 2. You probably have 3.
Like, you take the Warrior one, and then you take 2 of the Tales of Sanctic, and you put them in 2 different areas.
So, you can actually, for 1 CP later on, for 1 turn, you can only use it once, but you can do both Tales.
Yeah.
Like 2 Tales. So you do... The Stoic is probably your default.
Mm-hmm.
And then you probably have a turn of Warrior.
Yeah. I actually like running up 1 in the middle with Warrior if you're doing...
You have 1 turn that you're going to be crashing on... your waves of aggression are going to be crashing onto your opponent's army.
Yeah. And
you just need that.
That +1 attack, that +1 strength is so good. In fact, you actually give her the Book of St. Lucas to increase that aura to 9 inches.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then you keep Celestians nearby her to keep her safe. And then you keep the freaking Hospitaller right next to her to go like this. It's okay, you're healed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she gets back up.
Yeah, and then she gets back up, and if an enemy unit killed her...
My 9 eliminators. You probably use the Sergeant to be hitting on 2s with all the rules. They might kill it, right?
Yeah.
Well, you have a 4-up invult. So, probably not.
You have a 4-up invo, and you can pass the wounds.
You can pass the wounds. You can... so you can't take your invul before you pass it off?
I'm not sure how that one's worded.
It depends.
Read the bodyguard.
It says when it loses...
Which means you can take the invo save.
Right.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Keep waiting. Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Because out of these doorways, these bullets will rip.
Okay. So
anyway.
When a friendly order character model within 3 of this unit... Okay, so it just has to be within 3 of any of the models in the unit. So that's good. Within 3 of this unit, would lose any wounds as a result of an attack made against that model. So would lose any wounds would be after a save.
Yeah. That's also after a feel no pain. So if these... Well...
it's super... Okay. This unit can attempt to intercept the attack. Roll 1d6 on a 2+. That model does not lose those wounds, and this model or this unit suffers 1 mortal wound for each of those wounds. So it goes in, you get all your saves. It then gets turned into a package that you roll 1/2 up for.
Mm-hmm.
That gets turned into a package that moves to the Celestian squad.
And then turns into mortal wounds.
And then turns into mortal wounds for every damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it, like a volcano cannon or something.
Yeah.
Goes in, you take the saves, you failed 1. You miracle diced a bunch of them, you rerolled a bunch. One still goes through.
They can also take a banner, so even better.
And you can theoretically take more mortal wounds than there are models in the unit. Because it just moves the package off.
Yeah. Because it doesn't, you don't take them one at a time. You
do.
Well, you pass
You don't
them...
take one, you take packages one at a time.
Yeah.
So if they're dead after a hit that got pushed off, they can't keep going.
Yeah. No, it just goes away after that.
Right. But,
But it's still really good.
You get your saves.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
You
get your saves. And then you get back up.
Oh my god, yes. And the fact that they can absorb it for like Junith is crazy. They can't absorb it for Celestine, but who cares? Celestine is still a character, can be body blocked, but yeah.
Gemini.
You don't take the Gemini with
They're
Celestine.
pretty cheap.
I mean,
she brings one back a turn.
Yeah, I guess I need to try it out.
Character?
They are characters.
They're each a character.
Yeah.
Is it a unit of characters? Or
They're a unit of characters.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But like she just brings one back. She just cries a tear and one just grows back out of the ground like a houseplant.
Yeah, she claps her cheeks and brings one back.
Which is good. And they're like 17 points?
I think they're 25.
I think they're that expensive.
I think they're like 25. I think that's what they were after upgrades last edition.
Oh, right.
Last
they have a power sword.
Yeah, it's a 4-point power sword. It's actually after this.
I just can't read. Yeah.
Is it after that?
Yeah, it is. Okay, so they're an elite?
Yeah, they're an elite. Everything's an elite in this book.
Everything's an elite. They're going to be 20 points. So they went down 5 points.
Oh, wow.
If 25 was correct.
Oh, they're actually good at 20
They're getting
points.
Tempting, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then you've got, they each have 4 or 2 wounds? They each have 2 wounds. And they can pull off of Celestine.
Mm-hmm.
So Celestine becomes a lot harder to kill. She's already one of the hardest characters to kill in the game.
Yeah.
So I can see it.
Okay, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so we did Heroine in the Making, Divine Intervention. Okay, Venerated Saint. 1 CP, Venerated Saint. Use the stratagem during deployment. After you have set up an Imagifier model in your army, you can select 2 different tails for that model.
Yeah, we actually talked about that one.
Oh, it's just the whole game.
Yep.
Oh.
So you just pick Tail of the Warrior, Tail of Sanctic.
That was good. It was good enough at 1 turn, by the way.
Yeah. So now it's just amazing. You can only do it once per battle, so only 1 Imagifier can get that. But it also means you can bring 3 Imagifiers, and you can put them in different areas in your army, and you can give -1s across the board, which -1s arguably are not that great, but they're still enough to annoy an opponent, and there's still enough for clutch moments.
So if you're playing Valor's Heart, is that it?
Well, no, like even a 2-up going to a 3-up can miss a lot.
So you're going to be in cover if you're playing correctly.
Yeah.
As far as the infantry are concerned. Depending on the tables. East Coast tables tend toward having a lot of like kind of arbitrary bases that are like, this is terrain of some kind. And it's like, I don't know, what is it? I don't know. It could be a crater or it's a marshmallow. Whatever. And it's like, oh, so as long as you're on the marshmallow, you're in terrain. It's like, okay, cool. So long as the model's touching the marshmallow, I have cover. Okay, cool. They're all going to stand around the marshmallow. Like, they're going to have, like, sticks out or whatever.
Yeah.
And now I have cover, so it's a 2-up save. You're going to ignore the neg-1. Is it Valor's Heart? I feel like it's Valor's Heart. I'm just missing...
I should really get a hair tie.
A what?
Hair tie.
I don't have one.
Meh.
We'll figure it out. Is it Valor? Whatever. So one of the houses is another neg-1. They ignore neg-1. The Imagifier ignores neg-1. They stack... specifically, like it states they stack. So now, neg-1s are
now,
ignored.
Keep in mind, this is AP that we're talking about.
Sorry, yeah, neg-1 AP, ignored. Now, neg-2 as well is ignored.
Yeah, which is crazy.
So it takes a neg-3 to force you to go to your 4-up invul.
Yep.
Which now you're putting anti-tank rounds to kill a 9-point sister. and there's a 50-50 chance
she lives. And a 15-woman squad with that is, oh my
and
God.
then I'm going to have like 120 of them.
Yeah.
Like a 6-up feel no pain.
Yep.
One
Well,
of
no,
the
they don't
units-
have a 6-up feel no pain.
Yeah,
oh,
no,
whoop.
that.
1 second. My computer decided to be dumb, even though it's actually doing something right now. It decided to...
It's fine. It's fine.
Weird.
That, I believe that's the one that gets the 6-up feel no pain?
Yeah, it might actually.
Right?
Because they're the Imperial
I can never
Fists.
find anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see it in just a second anyway.
It's the actual regular... Oh, here it is, the
It's right
convictions.
here. Let's see, it's this one.
So it's the -2, and then they have a 6-up feel no pain.
Yeah. So on
And then
top
they
of
have
that,
a
they
1
can...
CP to make that a 5-up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Fine.
they're not dying. So I actually think you take your 15 with them.
Yeah, you put... I think you do 3 sets of 15 3 times.
Yeah.
So that's
15,
45,
30, 45.
90, 40, well, it's 45, 90.
Wait. 9.
I can't do math.
Yeah, it's a
Whatever.
lot.
Battlescribe does the math for me. So you get what I mean. A lot of sisters, they're hard to kill. Very hard to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so venerated, the Imagifiers, The Imagifiers are great.
Oh, by the way, the Imagifier is a necessity for every army.
You have 3.
Yeah, you
You
bring
have 3.
You bring 3.
Because one of them is going to get randomly picked off.
One of them's going to be picked off turn 1. You put 2 in the middle of your army and 1 in the back with either your Retributors.
It's hard to get to them because they're small models. Oh no, they have a big
sticky stick.
They have a big shoot me in this banner.
Yeah.
And you can be shot in the banner.
Yeah.
Something that is a
that's
thing.
what you get Celestians for.
And then so what you do to maximize your chances that your opponent will flip the table on you is you put the model on its side.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Only if my opponent puts a rhino on its side to go around a knight, I then go, cool. All this stuff is on its side now.
By the way, that is perfectly legal.
Also, if you're at an event I'm running, you can't do that. I just house rule that.
Yeah.
And I only ever get claps. Sometimes a thumbs up.
Cheeks be clapping.
So, okay, 1 CP, Holy Rage. Use this stratagem at the start of your charge phase. Select 1 Adeptus Sororitas unit in your army. That unit can charge even if it advanced this turn.
Now, what's cool is you can use that on Mortifiers.
Use the Mortifiers, Repentance, Repentia.
Repressors. You can use that on a repressor.
Use that on a repressor.
Which also means that
It's 1 CP.
Yeah.
You're going to use it once every game, maybe twice. But it's good. It's just D3 extra. You can't Miracle Dice the roll.
No, but you can CP the roll.
You can CP the roll.
Yeah.
You cannot modify it.
No, but that's fine. It's still... You want to do that on a... we are sure that the Mortifier has the sister rule, right?
Yes. It's Adeptus Sororitas.
It's definitely the Mortifier, not the Penitent, right?
Yes.
I'm going to check. Just I want to make sure. Yes, it is. Adeptus Sororitas.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take a five person squad of them, and you then...
Woman?
No, they're not women, all of them.
Mortifiers?
Mortifiers are just prisoners.
But
They're taken from anything.
Adeptus Sororitas, so they're sisters.
Nope, that's a guy on there. Well, actually, we don't know what the Mortifier looks like just
Because
yet.
that's a penitent engine that you were looking at.
Yeah.
That is a dude, which is not a sister.
Yeah.
But has some of the rules, but isn't a sister.
So we don't know what the Mortifier looks like, by the way.
Also, you need a table.
Yeah.
Like, you need a table. Like, Mortifiers and penitent engines, they apply to some of the rules that don't apply to other rules.
I would highly suggest that you just take a sticky note and write all the rules that actually apply to them on there.
It's getting there. It's like an accounting degree.
But. You could take a 5-person unit. They move 7 inches. You take lines. So 7 plus 12 is 7, 8, 9, 19. You take the ability to move in advance. You advance 3 inches, 4 inches, and then you charge. So, yeah. They're getting across turn 1.
Also, they swing enough times that your opponent needs to take them down.
Yeah, without a doubt. If they
Absolutely
don't, they're...
They're going to be strength 6 with a bajillion attacks each.
Yeah, what is it, 7 attacks apiece?
So
No, it's actually a lot more, because
it
it's
is
3
12
attacks
base. So they have 4 attacks. They get 3 hit rolls per attack. So they're going to start at 4.
Oh, and they're Adeptus Sororitas,
So they get all the auras.
Oh, wait, no. They don't get the order bonus.
Okay.
So they don't get Bloody Rose.
They don't get Bloody Rose, but they get Priest.
No, they're not infantry. The priest only gives to infantry.
Okay. 12 swings.
Still 12 swings apiece. That's 5 of them. That's, what, 58?
Across
No,
5.
60. 60 of them. Holy crap, that's 60 attacks.
Yeah, and then they can swing again.
Yeah, and then you pay 3 CP and they can swing again. So you declare multiple units and you just charge in.
It's everything within 12. And then maybe lose one.
Who cares? Like, you just
like
blow your opponent
50,
away with them.
They're like 55 points. Bare minimum. You probably just take them bare minimum.
You take them with the
two heavy
flails, and I actually suggest taking them with the flamers.
So many points.
It's the flamer is cool.
So many points.
It is. The heavy bolter is a bit better for its points.
55 points. They can move, run. They assault the heavy bolter. They fire the heavy bolter.
Mm-hmm.
They charge.
So you use the heavy bolters to clear, like, screens.
Or you shoot behind the screen you're going into.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, the mortifiers are your screen clear. They're like industrial screen clearers.
Now, the funny thing about them, the strength 5 AP minus 1 damage.
6.
No. Strength 5, the heavy bolter.
Oh, yeah.
3 shots is actually really good for taking out...
6 shots. I have 2.
Oh, yeah, 6 shots apiece. So that's, if you have all 5 of them, that's 30 shots.
That.
So you're clearing out, like... You're actually clearing Genestealers, like...
Yeah, there's a lot of... They occupy the same slot as Assault Centurions for non-deep striking Space Marines.
Yeah.
So... well, not really. Because... Actually, you can. You can put the drill on them, and so they do.
Could you imagine if your opponent dropped in a bunch of Centurions and you got turn 1? The mortifiers just look at them and go like this. You're gone.
Yeah, you wound them on 3s, maybe 2s.
And you do a ton of attack.
Yeah,
you literally just light them up.
I mean, if they do that, they shouldn't have done that. Because the thing is, a lot of those drops happen after the seize roll.
Yeah.
So if the person is going second and they just drop something 9 inches from your lines.
So here's the thing, though, and I want to warn everybody out there about this. Don't believe the first round of tournaments with the sister book, because people are not used to it yet. Wait until the second volley of tournaments where the sister book has been like a month old at that point. A month or 2 old. Because...
It depends.
Well, I'm saying
depends on how they errata it.
Yeah, I'm just going to say wait 2 months to see the actual rules, like the actual way this army's going to play.
Yeah.
Because the first couple of times you're going to see people being like, oh, I ran 15 mortifiers and won this GT because my opponent stupidly deep struck everything. Yeah. And it's like, well, yeah, your opponent was an idiot. And a lot of opponents are going to be blindsided by this Codex. So be aware of that just in case.
There's also a lot of like Space Marine good stuff lists.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Marines.
Oh my god, mortifiers are going to wipe those out.
They are also afraid of them.
Yeah.
So, like although you're wounding them on 3s,
they're wounding you on 4s,
they're
5s.
5s. They're probably Ultramarines or Imperial Fists.
Ooh, they're also sisters, so the Magnifiers buffing them. The -1. Does the -1 affect... we got to look at the tail really quickly. Just really, really, really fast. Because I got to see if the tail has... Magnifier. Does it actually affect... It does affect order units, so it doesn't affect them.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, they already... It actually looked like they playtested this quite a bit.
Yeah, so Mortifiers not being order models is really good for the balance of the game.
Yeah, but splash armies with these things and freaking knights is going to be terrifying for your opponent.
I think Guard really likes them.
Custodians, too.
Guard really likes them. Custodians really like them.
Yeah. Because the Custodians can actually use that banner with them.
Oh. Yeah, it's Empyrean. Oh, the 5-up pinball. Yeah, it's just... I think that's infantry. They're vehicles.
No. I mean the banner of -1 to hit.
That's only Custodes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
They
that's
only give it
fine.
to other custodes.
Okay.
So,
Celestine still does give him Shield of Faith, so.
Yeah.
So they have a 6-up invo. They're around Celestine.
Woo! With a 6-up field opening?
Yeah, something like that.
Right? I don't know. Okay, Suffer Not the Witch. 1 CP, use this stratagem at the start of the shooting or fight phase. Select 1 Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army until the end of that phase. When resolving an attack made by a model in that unit against a Psyker unit, you can reroll the wound.
If your opponent brings Psychers against you, you won.
Chaos and Psychers.
Oh my god, poor Magnus.
He didn't do anything wrong. It's fine.
Yes, he did. He destroyed the Imperium's entire future. He definitely did something wrong. In his book, he admitted he did something wrong.
He was doing his best.
When freaking Lehman Russ went after him, he didn't fight back because he knew he was wrong.
It's fine.
He was wrong.
It's fine.
Anyway.
Okay, so, so like Chaos armies have a lot of Psychers.
The Chaos Demon Circus is going to be, like, wiped out by this army with no
it's
problem.
already kind of gone. But...
Is Demon Circus gone?
Pretty much. So it turns out that if you can have shots that are hitting on 2s, rerolling at -2 to hit, they're hitting on 4s, rerolling, so 75% of the time they still hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. So you just pick up the unit.
Yeah.
2 damage, so like...
I still think Demon Princes need more survivability in this game.
They have 8 wounds.
Yeah.
You get them up to 9.
Well, no, they
you
should
have
start.
1 more wound.
They should, like, be a 9 wound, and they should be able to warp... I still think that demons should be able to warp surge to 3-up info. It's not that many points.
It gets pretty broken pretty quickly.
It's not that broken. I don't think it's that broken.
A 3-up invul, so like a 2-up invul is twice as good as a 3-up invul, mathematically speaking. You're gonna fail half as many.
Yeah.
So like Shining Spears were doing amazing with the new Eldar book coming out because there was a way to get a 2-up invul.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, your demon should be able to warp surge at a max of 3+.
Oh, because it's a max of 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, it's fine.
I still think it should protect them.
Like, if you're doing Demon Bash Bros...
Demons need love.
They're fine.
Slaanesh demons need love.
Actually, they're good. Okay, so they're scary to me because I play Guard and Knights mostly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, great, kill it.
Oh my god, can you imagine a fiend?
But if they get there, and then they just... I have 90 guardsmen in my army usually, and I lose 60.
Yeah.
And I usually can, like, keep everything in a corner enough that, like, oh, I lost 60, I still have 30 in front of me.
Yeah.
But if, like, a lot of opponents I'm going up against don't have the units quite right set up in the onion, and then they just implode.
Happens.
But yeah, no, it's against an opponent who's not particularly savvy. Demons
they don't work.
Against an unsavvy opponent, they'll pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
Against a savvy opponent, in a Space Marine meta, they don't work.
Poor demons.
I guess I could say.
I mean, I do have to say this at the end of the day. The reason that demon players are actually losing is because they're horrible heretics, and the Emperor really protects. And the Emperor will always protect me because the Emperor loves me.
I vote Domini. Okay, so 2 CPs, Storm of Retribution.
This is the one where you pick the damn, the multi-melta one. Or the 12-inch flamers.
I select one, yeah. So, Retributor Squad.
Oh, this is the broken one.
Can be.
Oh my god, yes.
So, Retributor Squad, when it's firing Overwatch or chosen to shoot with.
Oh, wait a minute. No, we read that wrong because it has to be the Retributor Squad chosen. You can't choose the Retributor Squad inside the Repressor.
Because not on the table.
Yeah, okay. So it actually isn't broken. You can't do Flamer.
Dang it, it's fine. Okay.
It's still pretty
so the thing we said still works.
Yeah, you can still shoot
because
6 heavy
we're
flamethrowers.
not there. But the modifiers that we were... The wounding detail is different, yeah. So, okay, so Retributor Squad, firing Overwatch or regular shooting. You select one of the 3. First one is if you're firing a heavy bolter, you add 1 to the hit. The second one is if you're resolving an attack made with a heavy flamer, you reroll the wound. And then the third one is add 12 inches to the range characteristic of multi-meltas in that unit. And when resolving an attack made with a multi-melta by a model in that unit, add 1 to the damage. So
7 damage multi-meltas.
36-inch range multi-meltas with an 18-inch melta range. For the roll 2d6, take the highest. So you're getting an average of a 4.7 on your roll. So 2/3 of the time you're getting a 5. The other third of the time you're getting a 4 across 1,000 rolls. So you can reliably get a 5 because you're adding 1.
Yeah.
Or you just miracle die it.
And
That's a 7.
It's still insane. Then the 36-inch multi-melta actually makes Retributors
Also,
with
Retributors
multi-meltas.
move and shoot.
Yeah.
So
Well, even with
good.
which is the one that allows you to advance? That's Sacred
Shroud.
Argon Shroud. Yeah, you move, advance,
Right.
and then fire normally.
It's good.
That is good. Well, maybe not fire normally. I think you still count as
I
moving.
think it becomes an assault weapon.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But you still can move, advance, and shoot the multi-melta at 36-inch range.
Yep.
And deal 7 damage at max with each multi-melta. Imperial Knight players are going to be terrified of Sisters. There's a wounding on 4s. You spend another CP, wound on 3s.
There's not a lot in this game that isn't afraid of Sisters right now, I don't think.
Yeah.
So Intercessor spam gets out-spammed.
Yeah.
And out-toughed. So everything that makes Intercessors good is invalidating them with another army. So the difference is Intercessors have like the Rapid Fire 2 stratagem.
Yep.
There's Stalker bolt rifles in like Iron Hands or like in Imperial Fists.
Or Salamanders.
Or
Salamanders kind of got hit really hard.
You do. They're fine. They do. You probably do a successor. You do Artisan, Master Artisan. It's 1 reroll to hit wound for each unit, and then Stealthy.
Yeah.
It's like what everybody's doing. Or you do +3 to your range, and so you can drop in. You're not playing Salamanders if you're dropping them in. You're playing White Scars or Raven Guard. But if you're playing like Salamanders, then you're just trolling them up the middle of the table.
Yeah.
It's fine. They're always in cover, even if they're not in cover. But they're always in cover. Then they're re-rolling everything they need. And then they're the hardest hitting unit in the game.
And then Sisters bring a ton of Meltaguns and just wipe them out.
Right. So they're T5, so it gets a little hard to hit them with bolters. But the Holy Trinity is now getting it so you're wounding them on 4s.
Now, granted, that is 1 unit.
It's 1 unit. If they're really pushing into your line, like if you're acting as a catcher's mitt, there's a lot that you go, oh, I'm a catcher's mitt, so I'm gonna have a series of screens around in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang out in a corner for turns 1 and maybe 2. If they're deep striking the stuff in, you're gonna use basically onion tech, so you're basically going to have overlapping lines of very large squads that are kind of intersected with each other. So if they charge 1, they're charging all of them. Yep. So you're going to be overwatching with like 90 models. And then they're going to go into them. And if it's not Assault Centurions, they're going to die. If it is Assault Centurions, you have 4-up invols.
You have a 4-up invo. For every one of them that dies, if you use Martyred Lady, you get to hit better. You have +1 attack. Because +1 attack, +1 strength.
Can you get +2? Can you get 2 auras that do that?
No, unfortunately. I mean, technically, if you take the missionary from the book, the Imperial Guard book, but they're going to FAQ that they're the exact same again. Because currently, right now, names. They're different because it's a missionary.
One's a preacher.
Oh yeah, you can take the preacher. No, Warham's actually flat out says.
Oh, it's the same ability.
Yeah. But But yeah, you can take you can get them with +1 attack, +1 strength.
Yep.
So the strength 4, 2 attack space.
Reroll swing.
You can wound better.
Right.
You can double the amount of attacks, and you have all of that Overwatch.
Yeah. So they're gonna go into it, and they're gonna get kind of blunted.
Yeah. If they survive, whatever, next round you just bolter them down to the ground because you have 90 bolt pistols.
Yeah. I think Valor's Heart were
like really annoying. It keeps tickling me. My hair. It just keeps tickling right here.
Right there?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, just making sure.
So what did you think I was saying?
Hmm?
I was saying up here.
Hmm.
Silly. So you see this one piece, like these 2 pieces of hair. They're just long enough to tickle me. Continue. We're about halfway through. We did this one.
Okay, cool. So, Vessel of the Emperor's Will. Yes, I'm still doing the left-right.
Yep, I see.
So, 1 CP, Vessel of the Emperor's Will. Use the stratagem after you perform an act of faith for an Adeptus Sororitas character unit from your army. Gain 1 miracle die. So, you use a miracle die, you get a miracle die from 1 CP.
It actually rolls, so you can use all the modifiers to that.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
It's just free.
Next one's better. So 1 CP, Test of Faith. Use a stratagem at the end of a phase in which you gained a miracle die as a result of purity or valor. As described on page 75. Gain D3 miracle dice in addition to the 1 you would normally gain.
So one of my characters just died. I gained 3 miracle dice.
It's 2 plus D3.
So you use that in combination with resurrecting it and then spend all 3 that you just got?
You don't get any because it didn't die.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you come back, you don't count as dead, right?
You never died.
Yeah.
You were on the ground playing possum. In the name of the Emperor.
It was sowing the seeds of your opponent's deceit so that they get destroyed.
It was tactical possuming.
Yeah. Celestine does it a lot.
Yes.
In fact, she goes above and beyond and goes to a different realm and then comes back.
And goes, oops, sorry, I'm not done. Okay, last rites, 1 CP. Use the stratagem at the start of the morale phase. Select 1 hospitaller unit or model from your army until the end of the phase when a morale test is taken for a friendly Adeptus Sororitas unit within 6 of that model. Do not add the number of models from that unit that have been destroyed that turn. So, you just roll an unmodified leadership.
The only problem...
They're 7? Are they leadership 7?
They're leadership 8.
Cool. You can't... So, for 1 CP, that unit doesn't fail.
Yeah, but you have to have a hospitaller next to them.
You're going to have 1 in your army.
I mean,
it's going to be alive because that's not the thing they're shooting at.
It's actually cool. It's cool to use that on, like, Celestians.
It's cool to use that on Celestians. Battle Sisters?
Battle Sisters.
So you have Insane Bravery and Last Rites.
Mm-hmm.
And they do the same thing, functionally. But it's 1 CP.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's no leadership modifiers to get your leadership below 6, which most people are not playing leadership modifiers because it's bad.
Leadership is bad.
So... It's weird, right? So there's like...
I love how Night Lords try to be like the leadership.
They're getting to the point where they can do like -6, though.
Yeah, but even still, you don't
And you still don't use it. That's not what Night Lords do. What Night Lords do is they show up on your front doorstep, wrap your entire army, make it so none of your screens can fall back regardless of any rules that you have whatsoever. Fly, doesn't matter. It cannot be a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
so
does things. But, barring that, this is really good. Because, so now it's like, okay, I'm leadership 8. I lost 15 woman unit. You lost 10. Okay, cool. I'm leadership 8. I can't roll above a 6 on a d6. Oh, and you roll it anyway, because if you roll a 1, you get a miracle.
That's the one thing that I love about demon players. Like, some demon players will actually forget to roll a morale when one guy died. It's like, no, roll morale. You want that one guy.
You get a 6, right?
No, if you get a 1.
You get a 1.
They come back.
That was a 6.
No, it is a 6. It is a 6.
With the thing.
Yeah.
Standard?
Yep.
It's a standard. Okay. Okay. 2 CP exceptional proficiency.
Wait, are we on this one? I thought we were on this. No, we're on this one. Okay.
Yep. So 2 CP exceptional proficiency. Use a stratagem when a Celestian unit from your squad from your army fires Overwatch is chosen to shoot or fight with until the end of the phase. When resolving an attack made by a model in that unit, you can reroll the hit and you can reroll the wound. So that combos. We're just going to go into Blessed Bolts. So 1 CP Blessed Bolts. Use a stratagem when an Adeptus sword... Actually, is it Celestians? No. Celestians can't spam.
No, it's... So you can't really... Okay, and I'm going to put this out there. Right now, you can't spam Storm Bolters. You can get 4 in a unit at max. When it was 5, it was actually really
It was
good.
getting there.
Oh, excuse me.
So Celestians get reroll hits by being near a Canoness, which they will always be near a Canoness if they're doing their job.
Yes.
So then you're paying 2 CP for reroll wounds on a unit that's job is to die far in the back of your lines, or 1 to 2 bubbles back.
Celestians are going to be the bubble.
You'll have a Battle Sister bubble. You'll have a Celestian bubble inside that. You'll probably actually have Battle Sisters, then Assault Elements of some kind,
Actually, no.
then Celestians.
You'll actually drop in your Seraphim and Zeraphim at that point.
Yes, and depending on what they're doing,
they'll
either be delivering, or they'll be catcher's mitting, or they'll be move blocking, or they'll be there's a lot.
There's a lot of combos.
Things that don't have fly can't kill you until after they're done moving.
Mm-hmm.
So you stand right in front of them, and then don't charge them. And then you just stand there. You just those guardsmen, that 4 points of, oh, you're a third up the table. You're going to be a third up the table at the end of your turn. It's going to be great.
You know, next video, I'm going to fix this lighting.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I look like
a ghost. I
am
sorry. Like, this works for me. I got to switch these to white lights.
It depends on the day what color I am. So.
I mean, if you lean forward like that, you look fine. See? Forward leaning? Forward leaning works. Yeah. People like when I lean forward.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't understand. This is
anyway, next one.
Foreign concept. Where were we? Okay, yeah. So there's a 2 CP exceptional proficiency that you're never going to use. Okay, so 1 CP Devastating Refrain. Use a stratagem when an Exorcist model from your army fires Overwatch or is chosen to shoot with until the end of the phase. You can reroll any or all of the dice rolled to determine the type characteristic of, so that's the number of shots, of an Exorcist missile launcher or Exorcist conflagration rockets that model's equipped with. So every turn, one of your Exorcists, because you have 3, is going to be re-rolling any 1s, because they're D3s. So you keep the 2s, and then you re-roll the 1s.
No, you're talking about the Strength 8 rocket.
Yes.
And the other one is
2d6.
3d6.
So you re-roll 1s and 2s.
So 3d6, Strength 5, AP -1 damage. I still think it's really good.
It's getting there. Especially when one of them is re-rolling the number of shots. It's good. And you use it every turn. You're just going to use it every turn.
Yep.
1 CP Blessed Bolts. Use a stratagem with an Adeptus Sororitas infantry unit from your army when it overwatches or is chosen to shoot with. Okay, so it's basically Storm Bolters that unit is equipped with have an armor penetration characteristic of -2 and a damage characteristic of 2. So they become Stalker Bolters.
It's not that good anymore.
So if you're catcher's mitting, so your unit of 4 Stalker Bolter, or
you're
unit of 4...
sacrificing a Dominion squad, which you want to have Meltagons.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, when a sister squad can actually take a Storm Bolter on the sister superior and 2 Storm Bolters, it was actually really good because it was just here's 12 shots. And now it's kind of like, oh, I can't do that. So what do I use this on? Dominions? Why would I use this on Dominions? It's not that good. And I know somebody out there is like, but Alexis, you can use Holy Trinity if you use the Combi Meltagun or Combi Flamer and put a Melta in there as well. And I'm going to be sitting here like, just stop.
Not enough.
No. And it makes it so that it's not efficient.
Yeah.
It kind of is, but really isn't because you're sacrificing a Dominion
It's not
squad.
enough. Yeah.
No.
It's not what you can't build. You have to build around it. You can't build around it. So you don't build around it. So you don't use it.
If they give Sister Superiors their Storm Bolters back, then it's okay.
So yeah.
It's not good. I hate to say that too, because it was such a good ability.
It's fun. And it's fun, right? Like, you probably still use it in, like, fun games.
Well, like, you might use it to just try to pick off those last 2 wounds.
But that's not what this does. It overkills with 4 guns. So you're not picking off. It's, holy crap. But there's not enough. So you can get 16 shots.
Well, I mean, so what you do with this is, like, if you're desperate and your sister squad is down to just the minimum amount of girls, like 2 storm bolters and a sister superior with a combi weapon,
you're doing other things with them.
Let's just say you're being attacked or something. There's
also the sister squads all have either flamers or melta guns depending on your meta.
Yeah. It's not good, but there is a moment where the thing might be useful.
Yeah, mine are gonna all have meltas because of my meta.
Yeah. Melta guns are just better.
They're just it's a scary gun. To put a lot of them in.
Well, we're going to be using Holy Trinity on our 15 girl sister squads.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're only gonna have 6 to 9 of these 15 girl blocks, and only one of them gets to use Holy Trinity a turn, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 CP Deadly Descent. Use the stratagem after a
really
Seraphim.
good.
Yeah, this is what makes Seraphim. This is what makes it so that it's now hard to play against sisters. So 1 CP Deadly Descent. Use the stratagem after a Seraphim squad from your unit from your army is set up on the battlefield from high in the sky, deep struck. Until the end of the phase, add 6 inches to the range characteristic of pistol.
So Inferno
weapons.
pistols.
Inferno pistols, yeah. So it also Inferno. So it's the hand flamers also because
Yeah, but you don't take hand flamers.
But you can.
Yeah, but you don't.
But you can.
Yeah, but you don't.
But you could.
But you don't. If you take hand flamers, you're throwing away a Seraphim unit.
But you could. So, Ebon Chalice.
Still not good.
They don't roll, they just get a 6.
Still not worth it.
And then it's 2 CPs for that.
Still not worth it.
It's a lot.
It's strength 3.
Genestealer cults? I don't know.
Genestealer cults are the ones that do that with 20 of them, and it's still not good.
It's pretty good.
It's not great.
It's not. So it's 20 models each with 2.
No,
40. It's 40 D6 for the Genestealer cult.
Yeah, that makes it
D6,
good.
Right. Okay, sorry. So
8 hand flamers?
add 6 to the range characteristic with the pistol. Okay, here's the thing that makes it good. That unit can shoot as if it were the shooting phase because you're using this in the movement phase.
Which means Imperial Knights can't rotate ion shields against them.
I think.
If the ion shield is in shooting phase, then it can't.
It hasn't happened yet.
If it is, like, if it can use it at any point in the turn, then yes, you can.
Yeah.
So it really depends on how rotate ion shields is good. But you drop this in the middle of 2 choice units, and you just vaporize one of them.
How many Inferno pistols can a Seraphim unit take?
4.
Just 4?
On 2 girls, they take 2 each. And then you take a plasma pistol as well.
So you're taking 8 melta gun shots to the face.
Yeah. It's really, really, really good.
For 1 CP.
On turn 2 or turn 3. And if your opponent...
You have 2 units.
The crazy thing is if your opponent... if you take 3 units, you could do it in 3 turns. No, you can only do it twice.
2 and 3.
Yeah. So you drop in 1 unit. Actually, you get to drop them in, and it's not when they're dropped, right? It's...
Well, they drop at the end of the movement phase.
Yeah, so you choose which one you want to use it on.
Yes, so you can drop multiple. So you can be like, okay, we're dropping these in. Okay, which one doesn't quite have range?
Yeah.
Which, the pistol's only a 6-inch range pistol?
Somebody's car alarm is going off. I do apologize.
So, the 6... Yeah, because Inferno pistols are only 6-inch range?
Then it goes to a 12, so it's actually in range.
Okay, so you can only use it on 1 unit. So
Although what's funny is your plasma pistol goes to 18 inches. It's still a plasma pistol. Like, you use it.
Yeah,
and
you're going to overcharge it, and it's going to explode your dude.
Junith can actually keep up with them. You reroll once.
Get in there.
Plasma pistols are worth it if you have a cannon nest nearby. If not, like, I only ever take plasma pistols on my sister superior of the Seraphim squad.
Mm-hmm.
Literally the only time I will ever take them.
You take 2, I think, now. I don't think you take 3. I think you take 2 because of the strat.
Yeah.
in squad.
Well, what's good is you take 3 squads of Seraphim. You keep 1 for running with you.
Well, you have 2 Seraphim and 1 Zephyrim.
Oh, yeah. Well, even still, you might take 3 Seraphim. Just to do 10-woman squad to body block for you.
But at that point, your opponent has had 2 turns to spread out. And so now you're probably putting them in or right in front of.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Your body, your death blossom.
Okay. No, so 2 squads.
I could see it though. Like if you are doing like a DACA build, and so you're just like, I'm going to kill 100 models a turn, or whatever, 30 models a turn. So like into like a 90 guard rush, they're going to fill the table. Then you're going to clear them all off. Turn 3, you're going to have 10 Seraphim that
just make sure you guys remember, every Seraphim has 2 bolt pistols. So they're actually good in combat too, like close combat, because they hit on 3s. You don't really care about that. They
twice.
Say what?
Swing twice?
Yeah, 2 times a piece, I believe. If you have all of your characters there, they're hitting more. But what's cool is the next turn, they can just shoot all those bolt pistols into close combat, including those Inferno pistols. So you know what you do? After you hit a unit and you kill it, you make sure you pile into a tank and just pile into a tank. It's perfect to pile into a tank. The tank does whatever, it dances around, it tries, and then you fire Inferno pistols into the tank and kill it. Or you just fly away from the tank and still kill something else, but you were protected during your turn.
Don't forget, one of them, instead of shooting bolt pistols, probably chucks a crack grenade.
Well, not if they're in close combat.
Fair.
Yeah.
Where were we? Oh, okay, so Deadly Descent, yes. So Seraphim, good.
Seraphim are amazing.
So 1
they
CP...
always have been.
Yeah, they've always had a use.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 1 CP Pure Faith, use a stratagem when an enemy psyker unit model manifests a psychic power within 24 inches of an Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army. After any denied the witch attempt, roll 1d6 on a 4-up that psychic power is listed. So you're either doing that with Pure Sisters, you're going to add 3, there's a relic to do neg1, all that stuff we talked about before. It fails, 4-up. With
4-up deny. Command reroll. You negate your opponent's best psychic power in that turn, and they look at you and just go, really? And you look at them directly in the eye and go, well, I mean, your psychers aren't going to live through the next turn, and if they do, I'm going to shut them off again.
Well, that one power they need.
That one desperate power that they
warp
need.
Time.
Like Mortarion using warp time.
Mortarion using a lot of his powers.
Literally anything.
The
Mortarion on the field just dies.
The fun thing, it doesn't say that
Mortarion
it's a sister denying the power.
Let's get rid of Mortarion.
He's fine.
No, just take him out of the game.
He's fine.
And the lore. Sons of Gara for life.
You know, if you they're fine if you're good at the game.
What, Mortarion?
Yeah, he's fine if you're.
No. Just take him out of the game.
Okay. So.
I say this as a joke, obviously.
So an Inquisitor in your army that doesn't take away your rights, ITES, is going to try to deny the witch
on 2d6.
On 2d6 normally, with probably a relic that subtracts 2 from their psychic phase, or their psychic test. So it has a pretty good chance of stopping it. And if it's within 24 inches of a sororitas unit, they don't have to be the one who tried to deny it.
Yeah, that's very important.
You now just get a 4-up.
Yep.
So whichever one is numerically better, right? So if you have the +3, the sisters are better.
Yep.
Because it's +5 with that relic on your die. So
just insane,
the second die is always a 5. If you don't have that, the second die is always a 3.
Yeah.
And then you have a d6. If you need to spike, so if you need to get above, if you need to roll, if they roll a 10, you need to roll an 11.
You can also use the miracle dice for a psychic negation, can't you? No, I think you can.
No.
I think you can because the rule specifically says that if you use the one to negate, you don't get an extra miracle dice.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Yes, so that sounds right.
Yeah. So you can automatically negate up to powers 8, and if your opponent goes beyond power 8, you use the Inquisitor to try to negate it, And then if that doesn't work, you just roll a D4, a D6, get a 4+ and negate it.
Yep, with a command reroll.
Yeah. So you have a 75% chance of negating it?
After your try.
Yeah. So you try, then you command point, then you re-roll it for a 75% chance of shutting off a clutch power.
Yeah.
Boop. Nothing. No. Negative.
Negatory.
And you just sit there going, no. And you have to like
just
pop
like
your,
that.
Pop
you
your
have
arm
to
right back.
you have to make that pose.
Yeah.
In the same
it's
way
very
that
important.
orc players have to scream wog at the end, at the top of their lungs.
The GH is actually silent. It's just wah.
Liwag.
No, it's not luwag.
Okay.
See, not an orc. Get me, big chappa. Anyway.
What we're doing? Oh yeah. So it turns out sisters are good against psychers.
If you wasn't aware. Oh, also, if you take Inquisitors, take Order Minoris and kill characters.
Or Malleus.
Or Hereticus,
Any of them.
because
They're all good.
They're
all good. Okay, so 2 CP for Judgment of the Faithful. Use this stratagem after an Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army falls back. That unit can shoot during the shooting phase of this turn and charge in the charge phase of this turn. So it's not... You might use it. It's really situational. It doesn't say infantry.
You know what you use
So
it
your
on?
repressor that fell back, that couldn't otherwise shoot,
Can now fire
can
8
now fire,
flamethrowers.
and all the sisters inside can fire.
So, 8 flamethrowers. 8
So
heavy
repressors
flamethrowers.
are still weird.
Repressors are still
They
busted.
still make no sense. So they make sense, they're just weird.
Actually, no, with this, you can back up from the combat, spend the command points for Holy Trinity, spend the command points for this, and then just blaze your opponent again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or
you use it on the
Probably
repressor.
don't Holy Trinity with the squads that are inside.
No.
Suppressors, because they're
No. I'm talking about 15-unit squad.
Oh, yeah, no, it's super bad.
Yeah. But repressors, before we get into this, I do want to explain this repressor thing because we've been hyping it up forever. Take a repressor with 2 Retributor squads with heavy flamethrowers inside it and use the stratagem on the repressor that maxes out the heavy flamethrowers.
That is specifically Order of the Ebon Chalice. Cleansing Flames.
And read it real quick. Does it say infantry?
No. So, okay, so 2 CP, Cleansing Flames. This is the Order of the Ebon Chalice stratagem. Use this stratagem when an Order of the Ebon Chalice unit from your army fires Overwatch or is chosen to shoot with. So that means you can do this on your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
Until the end of the phase, do not roll to determine the type, characteristic as a number of shots of flame weapons models in that... Wow, this grammar's weird. Whatever. So, flame weapon models with flame weapons, that's not actually what's typed, is equipped with, they have their maximum values.
So. We're going to read something really quickly. This comes from the FAQ, which a lot of people say that I...
Flip the table.
Say I am wrong, but I am correct in this. And I have gone over multiple TOs to do this because I've done this at events. And I know that I'm correct. And I know that GW will not address this because they're like, no, Alexis will be mad.
Forge World models are...
Strictly, at this point, GW knows that I'll be upset. And if I'm upset...
I think also they're just Sasquatches. They don't really... They kind of exist, but they don't really exist.
So... But
there's some actual real-world bestiaries on real animals that have Sasquatches in them.
Anyway, the rule for the repressor is on the 3rd page of the Imperial Armor Index Forces for the Adeptus Societies FAQ. Okay? And this is the most current rule for it. Change the fire port's ability to read. Up to 6 models embarked upon this model can attack in their shooting phase. Measure the range and draw a line of sight from any point on the model. When they do so, any restrictions or modifiers, stratagems are modifiers, that apply to this model also apply to the passengers. For example, the passengers cannot shoot if the model has fallen back in the same turn, cannot shoot except with pistols if the model is within 1 inch of an enemy unit, and so on. Now, keep in mind there's 2 very important parts about that. 1, GW doesn't know what a modifier actually is. 2, they've never actually defined what a modifier is. And 3, and so on is very, very, very important language.
Yeah, modifier. So anything that changes a die roll is a modifier. Anything that makes it so you're not rolling the die and you get the maximum value is a modifier.
So you take 2 Retributor squads, 3 heavy flamethrowers each. Well, that way you can just shoot 6. It actually doesn't matter. You could do 2 squads of 5, or you could do a squad of 5, 4, and a heavy and a regular. But you do 2 squads of Retributors. You give 3 of them at least each a heavy flamethrower. You apply this stratagem to the repressor, which has 2 heavy flamethrowers and a storm bolter, because that's the appropriate way to build your repressor. Yes, I am correct. No, you are wrong. You are arguing with me right now, and you know you're wrong. Stop typing that comment, because I can see you. The Emperor has given me divine guidance in this case, and I know you're doing this. Anyway. You max out the shots for a heavy flamethrower. So that's 8 times 6.
40 shots.
No. It's
8 times 6.
it is 8.
No, it's 48.
It's 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's
48
hits.
Wait a minute, it's 6.
It's 6 times 8.
6 times 8. It's 48.
Yes,
Okay.
it's 48 shots.
It's not what I went to college for.
48
I
wounds.
don't math.
Wound rolls that you have to make. And your opponent goes like this. Do what? So whenever somebody says the repressor is not as good as an immolator,
Where's
they're
the +1 to wound one?
Oh, I forgot. But it's strength 5. So it's typically wounding on 3+.
Against dudes. Well, against infantry.
Well, that's what you're shooting a heavy flamethrower against.
Right. There's a +1. There's a +1, isn't there?
I thought so. Anyway, let's move on to the next one before we forget where we are.
Okay, so we did Judgment of the Faithful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so
Ex-
terror.
yeah.
That's specific. We'll go. That was last. So 2 CP for extremist trigger word. Basically, Arcoflagellants, instead of getting D3s, automatically make 3 hits for each attack.
And then at the end of the phase,
rolls.
they have to roll a D6 on a 1 or a 6. They
On a
die.
6, they explode.
Yeah, on a 6 they die.
They die, but they're exploding.
So I don't think Arcoflagellants are as good as Sister Repentia, because the Repentia can actually get a 4-up invo save.
Also, Mortifiers completely invalidate them.
Yeah. So let's just go straight down to the next one.
3 CP, Desperate for Redemption.
I love this one.
So use this stratagem at the end of the fight phase. Select 1 Penitent, Engines, Mortifiers, or Sisters Repentia unit from your army within 1 inch of any enemy units. That unit from your army can fight as if it were the fight phase. So it's at the end of the fight phase. It's after everything else has happened. So any like interruptions or fighting and all that. If the unit's not within an inch, they don't get to fight again. No. So the catch on this is if your opponent's like, okay, your mortifiers go in and they kill like 25 guardsmen out of some like massive blob, or they kill whatever. You're charging into a bunch of stuff. You basically want to charge multiple squads, only swing at some number. It's N-1. You want to shoot. You want to ignore one of those squads that you're in combat with.
You get to pile in also, don't you?
Right. But you want to have like one that's close enough to where you know you can get to it. You don't swing at it at all.
Yeah, no, you don't swing
against the third everything else. You take down everything else. You pile in, and you swing into that, and you pile in again.
Yep.
So you can get like 9 inches of movement during the fight phase.
Let's see, 3, 6, 9. Yes, 9. Right. Because the initial pile in 3 inches.
Yeah.
The consolidation of 3 inches, and then the pile-in of 3 inches,
and then the consolidate,
and then the consolidate of 3. You're getting 12 extra inches.
You get 12 inches of You can get 6 extra inches. You're going to be boomeranging around models to try to get it. So it's not going to be a flat
Now,
6. But you can stand on objectives now that you weren't on. You can kill models.
you can
that you weren't
steal
able to
objectives from your opponent. You can blaze through any defense that your opponent has and still get to their rear guards.
kill. You can have
Also-
the highest number of swings of any unit in the game happen again.
Also, funny thing, you can activate that unit again, pile into the closest enemy, which could be something that you didn't declare as a charge target. You won't be able to swing at it, but that's
They
fine.
charged. They didn't charge. You can do it.
Yeah. And you can just go into another unit that you didn't hit
And you can hug it.
and just hug it and just let it.
Yeah.
Or you know
My
what the best
favorite
part is? You can hug a rhino. You can hug their opponent's tanks that aren't flying, of course, and keep your mortifiers completely safe while at the same time having a massive roadblock that your opponent cannot get through to get to your characters unless they have snipers.
Yeah.
Which Chaos players don't have snipers. Did you know that?
There's no. Yeah, there's no snipers
Yeah.
in the entire codex.
Eldar have rangers, which they
They're
barely
good.
use.
They're troop choices.
Yeah,
They
they're
hide
not
in a corner and
snipers.
they don't fire.
You have headhunters for the Necrons, whatever they're called, death marks, which no one uses because no one knows what a death mark is.
They're bad.
They are bad.
They're bad.
They've always been bad.
They were never designed right.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the next one before I go on a rant about snipers.
Numbers
Oh,
are good.
Chaos does have a sniper. They have a renegade that can take a sniper rifle and hit you on a 5.
What? Where? What?
Imperial Armor Codex,
Oh,
Forces
never
of
mind. Never
Forces of Chaos. You can get a renegade guardsman
Okay, so
who
one
has a
CP
sniper rifle.
For Honor of the Martyrs. Use a stratagem when an Order of our Martyred Lady character
order.
model from your army is destroyed as a result of an attack made by an enemy unit. Until the end of the battle, when resolving an attack made by a model in an Order of our Martyred Lady unit from your army against that enemy unit, reroll a hit of roll of 1. So you basically, a knight
What's
something
cool
big.
about this?
kills a unit, kills a character.
So what's cool about this, and it is just a character, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's any our Martyred Lady character, which is also like
Funny,
Lunith,
yeah. Funny thing about this,
whatever her name is.
if a character dies in front of one of your girls, and a character has died from that girl unit, they are now hitting on a 2+ rerollable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's auras, right? The canonesses hand out reroll 1s.
Yep.
So now you just don't need auras
Yeah.
against that one unit.
Well, it's still good. Honestly, it's not that good. It's very situational.
It's niche.
Yeah.
You might use it, you might not. Don't build around it. Don't. If it comes up,
No.
use it.
Well, that's the thing about this book. You don't build around the stratagems. You build around...
I mean, like we're desperate for redemption. You build around that.
Well, no,
There's
even
like Deadly
that, you're
Descent. You build
taking...
around that. It's not determining your build.
Yeah.
But it's changing the units you're going to take.
Yeah.
Or the number of a specific unit you're going to take because you want to be able to use it better.
Okay, I correct that. It's changing up your army build, but you're not completely building
Less.
around one stratagem like the orcs have to.
These like 3.
Yeah, but it's literally 3. We're
3.
using about, 7. Yeah, we're using a lot of them.
I'm going to have to study this.
Yeah,
I don't study.
I don't either.
When I was getting my master's degree, I had to study for one test.
When I was getting my business degree, I have a bachelor's in business and a associate's in psychology. I'm a psychology person, have you know? Can read your mind.
What am I thinking right now?
That I'm dumb.
You're close. You're close. It's close.
Anyway, no.
Not right, though.
What's funny is when I took my tests and everything, I had a straight 90s all throughout college for my last few years. And they were like, here's the final. And I was like, nah, I don't feel like doing it.
Oh, when it's not worth enough.
Yeah.
Where you mathematically, you don't need to.
I was like, they're like, you're going to pass with a 70. You can pass with honors and everything. And I was like, what does that get me? And they're like, nothing.
A little cord on your
Oh,
robe.
no. I didn't actually go to my graduation.
Oh, I didn't get to walk for my master's.
Huh.
I was working at a startup. At
Yeah.
the time.
Weird, isn't it?
Happens.
All right, next one.
Okay, 1 CP, Blind Faith. This is the Valorous Heart Stratagem. Use the stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Select one Order of the Valorous Heart unit from your army at the end until the end of the phase when resolving an attack made by a model in that unit. Ignore hit roll modifiers. So this is good. Into Eldar, Space Marine sometimes.
What's good about this is if you combine it with Holy Trinity.
Fire, you ignore that. Holy Trinity. So Valorous Heart.
I'm gonna need a lot more Meltaguns.
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm gonna need like a ton of Meltaguns. I have like 15. I'm gonna need like 30.
So Valorous Heart is like the Stoic Endurance guys, so they're gonna be tanking.
Yeah.
I don't know how useful this is.
It's kind of neat.
It's niche.
All right, next one.
So 1 CP, Tear Them Down. Order of the Bloody Rose Stratagem. Use the stratagem in the fight phase. When an Order of the Bloody Rose unit from your army is chosen to fight with until the end of until the end of that phase. So if you swing again with them,
it works.
It works again.
It keeps working.
When resolving an attack made with a melee weapon by a model in that unit, add 1 to the wound roll, which is crazy.
So imagine Mortifiers wounding on a 3. Imagine Repentia wounding on a 2. Like, that's why Repentia are just going to be better in every way than the Arcoflagellants.
Depends on the target. Well, yeah. Also, if you need Arcoflagellants, you just use the proportional number of points of Mortifiers, and
yeah, it's like everything that makes the Arcoflagellant good, the other two do better.
Yes. So the next one, 2 CP Cleansing Flames, is the maximum number of shots.
That's the ridiculously good one.
Ebon Chalice is also 6 spam. So they're the guys who, when you're miracle dicing, you can dump 2, or you dump 1 to make another miracle die a 6, and then you use it. So they don't play with the same dice everybody else plays with.
No, they play with fun ones. They are the person that's stacking dice.
With the Emperor, not with a microwave.
I thought it was a conventional oven you had to do for that.
Yes, depends on the type of plastic.
This is too difficult for me.
I'm just not going to get into this. Okay, Faith is our shield, 1 CP, Order of the Argent Shroud Stratagem. Use this stratagem in the Psychic phase. When a model in an Order of the Argent Shroud unit from your army would lose a wound as a result of a mortal wound until the end of that phase, when a model in that unit would lose a wound, it's 5 up, feel no pain.
It's 5 up, feel no pain against Psychers.
Don't they already have that?
Yes, they do. It goes from a 6 to a 5. It's not good.
Because the anti-psychic one is a 5 up, and that's on Ebon Chalice.
Yeah.
So this is actually Argent Shroud. So this is the advances in fire as if they moved without advancing.
It's not really that great. It's kind of neat.
It's another one of those. If you're trying to act like you're playing Talarn Guard, then you probably don't care.
All right, okay. And the last one?
1 CP, the Emperor's Judgment, Order of the Sacred Rose. Use it. So this is the extra swings people.
Yep.
Use the stratagem when Order of the Sacred fires Overwatch or is chosen to shoot with until the end of the phase when resolving an attack made with a bolt weapon.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it's one unit.
Yeah.
Oh no, unit from your army. Oh. The entire phase for the entire army.
Wait, are you sure? When an Order of the Sacred Rose unit from your army fires over...
choose a unit. It's not choose a unit from your army.
Chosen to.
In that unit. Never mind. Okay, so it is a unit.
Yeah.
An unmodified roll of 6 scores 1 additional hit. So
it's overwatching on a 5 up.
Well, or you're Imperial Fisting for a turn.
Yeah.
You're giving them the fist.
And I think we're going to have to do this as another video because we are sitting at 2 hours.
Yeah.
unless we want to go with the relics really quickly.
We can. Okay, so.
Okay, all the relics are good. You're going to spend a lot of command points to get these things. You're going to have 15 command points. You're going to go down to pretty much 10, maybe even 9 to get all of the rest of these. Okay, so listen up. Remember that I run canonesses in 3 different varieties. One being the assault. This one is the one that runs with all of your army, moving up as quick as possible while giving out its aura ability to all the infantry nearby. The support canoness, which sits in the back and does absolutely nothing except for giving you the rerolls of 1s. And the midfield canoness, which is arguably the counterattack canoness. This is one that is typically using a combi weapon. But let's see what they have.
Okay, so Blade of Ammunition. It's a Blessed Blade replacement. It makes their damage 3. So it goes from, so it's +2 strength, -3 AP,
so
flat 3 damage.
Strength 5, AP -3, 3 damage. You have
Good.
5 attacks per canoness.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but it's good.
This is the one that you put on your assault canoness since we don't have an eviscerator anymore.
So Brazier of the Eternal Flame.
This is your midfield.
Yeah, so model with a Brazier of Holy Flame only. This relic replaces a Brazier of Holy Fire or whatever. Sorry. The relic is Eternal Flame. The regular one is Holy Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it replaces one of Holy Fire. When a psychic test is taken for an enemy model within 18 inches of a model from your army with this relic, subtract 2 from the result. So this is where you're getting that, like, net +5.
Yep, for your psychic tests.
Yeah.
Or against psychic tests.
You take this in every army. If there's any if there's no psychers on the table, you don't take it.
No.
But there's psychers in almost every army.
Can you actually choose your relics? You can choose your relics in ITC before the game, right?
So there's one free one that comes in your army list.
No. I mean, when you
choose that one.
When you sign up, you don't actually put your relics down, right?
It depends on the event. The one that you take for the free one with your army.
Yeah, that one you write down.
That one's written down.
And then the rest you just pay for.
Right. You use that before. You get to look at their army list. You get to custom out a little bit. You know, if there's too many Mortarians in the list, I guess. If there's like 3 or 4, something wrong there.
So this is actually really clutch for like not taking with your main force. So if your opponent has seen your battle list or anything and like you don't have this listed down and you see your opponent has psychers. It's not the one you take
for your default.
Yeah, it's the one you buy with a command point.
Yep. Okay, Wrath of the Emperor replaces a bolt pistol. Pistol 4, strength 5, -2, 2 damage.
You don't really need to bring this one. It's kind of neat.
It takes a bolt pistol from being a bolt pistol to being a 4-shot strength. It's better than a Stalker Bolter.
Yeah.
So you might, depending on what your build is doing.
Yeah.
You might take this as your default.
Might take it on a Mistress of Repentance. Ironically enough.
She's gonna be in.
Oh my god, you can take this on a Hospitaller. She has a bolt pistol.
Yes, you can have the BA Hospitaller who
she's
kills
just like
her friends and massacres her enemies.
Like, I'm just imagining she's like, okay, here's a Band-Aid. I'm gonna pray for you in a second, but right now I need to I wish I had my bolt pistol for that.
Okay, Litanies of Faith. Once per turn, actually this is probably the one you take by default. Once per turn, if a model from your army with this relic is on the battlefield, when you gain a miracle die, you can re-roll that die.
Yeah, that's
so
the one you automatically
take. By default every time.
And you take that on a support canoness all the way in the back, or a support character all the way in the back.
Yeah.
And you don't let that character die. You just sit them behind a piece of terrain and just hide them.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's just hands down the guaranteed one you take.
Yeah. Mantle of Ophalia, canoness model only, they get a 3-up in bolt. Which is really good because they can manipulate those rolls a lot more.
So it's interesting which one you take on an assault canoness. But if you do 2
take it on your warlord.
Yeah.
You take it on the one handing out the +1 invul, and then she has a 3-up. So she just super hard to kill.
Yep.
And then she gets up.
So that one is another one you take on a support on an assault canoness. So keeping the ones at the front line.
I don't do her rolls, by the way.
I do, because I'm me.
I do overlapping fields of fire and redundancy, logistics, whatever. Okay, so
he's a butt.
The Triptych
Tricked.
I had no idea how to pronounce that.
Something, Macarian Crusade, 5-up, feel no pain, you don't take it. Okay, Casket of Penance. It's the Order of the Valorous Heart model only. Subtract 1 from the toughness value, toughness characteristic of enemy units, whilst they were within 1 inch of a model from your army with this relic.
It's kind of okay.
So, Valorous Heart is the extra swings people, right? Oh no, Valorous Heart is the tank people. Tankies.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh.
Right?
So if you're souping, right?
Yeah, it's only good for like soup.
But if you're souping,
yeah,
you then have Bloody Rose or Martyr. So if you're doing so if you're doing a Bloody Rose Repentious spam detachment with 2
but it's that 1 inch bubble.
Right, so that one character
is going to die when they get into close combat.
Who cares? You're going to go in, and that knight is now T7.
That's fair.
Against your now strength 8 extra swings Repentia.
That are wounding on
That
3s.
have extra swings because they're
they're strength 8. They're wounding on 3s.
Because they're Bloody Rose. Because it doesn't hand it out to... It's a debuff.
Yeah.
So you don't...
Okay, so you're using this when you're charging.
Yeah. Or you put it onto a character that can heroically intervene in, so they charge you, and then you heroically intervene in, and then...
So how does charging a knight work? Because I have a dumb idea. Can you charge in... Like, you just have to get within 1 inch of it, right? Or is it 1 inch of its base?
It's 1 inch of the base.
Okay, never mind then.
Because it has a base, the model is an academic fact.
So what if you drop that base? I get him to smile. Anyway, continue. What's the next one? I see the uses of that.
This can be really good. Can be built around.
I just wish we had a jump pack canoness. Because then it would be ridiculous.
Book of St. Lucius, add 3 to the range of aura abilities.
You put this on the Amagafire.
This could also be your default.
Yeah.
It's just good.
I actually don't like this one being the default because you can spend the command points
to move around.
No, you spend the command points to buff one of the Amagafires and then spend another command point to, guarantee where the 2 tails are going.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Good.
So it tricks your opponent just a little bit.
So you do it before you deploy.
Yeah.
So you have to do all that before it's on the table.
Yeah.
So you know which one is which. Also, you're going to have to do, different colored, robes or something.
Or, different banners. They have different banners.
They're all going to be painted the same, man.
No, you're going to have different banners. If you have, some of the older banners and everything, just take the Adeptus Custodian banner. Cut it.
It's huge.
Well, did you see the size of the Magafier's banner now?
Oh, yeah, it's like the size of a coffee cup, isn't it?
It's like that big.
Yeah.
So the model's beep. So you just put the Magafier, and then on top of the Magafier, you just put the Custodian wings, or you put, wings from,
Or not. Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine. You don't have to add wings to everything.
Yes, you do. That way you can determine which one is which. Everything needs wings.
Or wings.
All wings. They're angels.
I do enjoy spicy... I like my wings with, garlic on them.
Ooh, garlic wings are good.
Right.
Honey barbecue is actually really
garlic
good.
Parmesan.
Garlic Parmesan wings. Oh my god, they're so good.
Okay, so iron surplice...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just make up words.
Of Saint Estella?
Yep, good luck.
Estella?
I think it's supposed to be
literate.
Ishla.
It's a T.
Yeah, Ishla?
Istlea?
Istlea?
Who knows? Okay, so a model with this relic has a 2-up armor save regardless of... And so you can put this on Repentious Superior, like the character, the Mistress of Domination.
You know who you could put it on that's really funny? A Hospitaler.
They already have power armor.
No. You put it on her so she's much harder to kill, and she keeps reviving people.
Okay, so you want the maximum modifier. So it's something with a 7-up armor. now has a 2-up armor, because I'm not done. In addition, when resolving the attack...
Well, the Mistress Superior, the Mistress of Redemption, Repentance,
Whatever
she
the
has a 3+.
nomination lady. So she now has a 2-up. And she can be... And she has, essentially... she can't be wounded on less than a 4. So it's... Wound rolls of 1, 2, and 3 always fail.
Only?
No.
Oh, you put this on a missionary.
Or a missionary.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
That's a really good position
You
to
just go, that
be
thing's
in
not...
the army.
It's just not dying.
Yeah. 2+ armor is really good on a human.
Yeah, that strength 36 million gun wounds out on 4s. So Martyr's Vengeance. Order of our Martyred Lady. It replaces an Inferno pistol. But it's good, I swear. So
Hey, I like Inferno pistols. You know me. I stick Inferno pistols on all of my canonesses.
Okay, so Martyr's Vengeance. 12-inch range, so it's double the range of a normal one.
Really
Pistol
good.
1, strength 9, neg 4, d6. Which is fine. And then, when resolving an attack made, it doesn't say at half range, roll 2d6 when inflicting damage and discard one of the results. So at 12 inches, it's melting. It's the melter
What's
rule.
funny is it actually doesn't have the melter rule, so the Avatar of Cain is not immune to it.
I don't even think it still has that rule.
He has something. He has to have something
I
like
don't
that.
think he does.
You know what? I'm still going to say
think
he
it's
does.
gone.
You know what? The 7th edition one
It's a
is
fire
okay.
elemental that can get hit by flamethrower. It's fine. Enunciation of the Creed. Order of the Ebon Chalice, equipped with a Condemner bolt gun only, so that is a Canoness only piece of equipment.
They're kind of, yeah, for the most part.
Actually, I think it's also a special weapon. I don't know. I've never seen them. So
I think it is a
Enunciation-
special weapon.
So it replaces a Condemner bolt gun, 24 inches, rapid fire 1, strength 5, neg 2, d3 damage. It has sniper, so it can target characters.
So guess what you're killing?
But if it's made against a Psyker, it has a damage characteristic of 3. So it's good. So if your opponent has Psykers, you're going to make it so that they're -2 on their checks. You're going to have +3 on your things. Then you're going to have miracle dice to modify
and then
those.
you're going to rip them apart.
And then you're going to have a 3 damage bolt gun.
Poor
It's
Psychers.
fine. It's fine.
I am Mephiston, Lord
It's
of
fine.
Death. Pew! He's
It's
dead.
Fine. It's fine. Okay, so Quicksilver Veil, Order of the Argent Shroud model only when resolving attack made against a model with this relic, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Nice and simple.
Yeah, it is a nice simple one.
You just put it on something.
Yeah.
Every time? Every time?
Maybe.
If you have an Argent Shroud model in your army,
You might as well.
you spend 1 CP to make it harder to kill. Because it's hit rolls. Beneficence, Order of the Bloody Rose, model equipped with a chainsword only. This is the Teeth of Terra. In every way. It's a copy paste. So
Yeah.
Beneficence melee, +1 strength, -2
So strength
AP.
4.
2 damage, 3 additional swings.
So if you put it on a canoness, she's looking at what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
It's
9
Bloody Rose,
attacks.
So they're +1.
Yeah, average of 9 attacks.
Yeah.
Wait, so 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's going to be -3 because
And
of Bloody
then,
Rose.
You bring a missionary, and then you bring a preacher. It doesn't matter.
You do want that missionary in position.
Yes, you do. Definitely want that. Then you want to take you get the Bloody Rose ability, and then you get the Magifier and your Strength 6.
Yeah.
Tale of the Warrior.
It's getting there.
And you give that Magifier the 9-inch bubble so it can hit everything.
It's with a chainsword, which is pretty much only a canoness.
It's actually on every Sister Superior.
But sergeants, they don't have the
Yeah.
the extra CP to do a relic to a sergeant like the Space Marines do.
No, they don't. But
Sad.
let's see. No, you can also put it on a preacher. Preachers have chainswords.
Ah, yes, that. It's Bloody Rose only.
Oh, never
They
mind.
don't have order. But
Who else?
dang it, we can't put it on a preacher. Can't get that southern
Wait.
preacher
Who?
with that giant sword.
I think
It's
we
fine.
can only put it on a canoness.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Light of Saint Agnatha. Why is that E there? Okay, Order of the Sacred Rose. Model with a brazier of holy fire. Okay, so I'm going to sum this up because this is a novel. So, It's a brazier of holy fire.
Or a brazier of holy fire.
So you subtract 1 from the leadership characteristics of enemy demon units while they're within 6 of the model. You then have the normal ability that the brazier gives,
Brazier.
but the normal one is once.
And this one's all the time.
So this one is, after you use it, you dump a miracle die, and you've reloaded it, and you can use it again the next turn. You don't have to dump the miracle die to use it. You use it, and then you dump a miracle die to be able to continue using it.
In the same turn.
In the same game.
In the same game. There you go.
So...
Thinking.
And then it's on 2-up. It's against enemy units, it's D3. Against enemy demons, it's D6. So against Chaos Demons, it's a win button.
Could you imagine the Demon Prince of Khorne just
It's a win button.
just drops in?
It's
No, not a Demon Prince of Khorne. Demon Prince of Siege. I am the master of magic. It just explodes.
And then you light of Saint Agathia it.
You know, the one Elite Four member from Pokemon, fourth generation?
That one.
Yeah.
Agathia. So,
I think she has a cloister.
that's a real word. That's a real name. This is not a real name. So that's D6. The Dialogus does D3 with a stratagem, so you do them. So, and you're CP rolling the D6. Because you can't...
So
you're
averaging 3, which with the reroll is 4, or 3.5.
It's... Yeah.
So you're
you're
doing
rerolling
like
ones
6
and twos.
wounds?
It's like for free.
Yeah. It's really good.
2 CPs for that.
So let's see what else we have to do in this book. I think
that's it.
that is pretty much it.
Points.
I'm not going to be going over points costs because, well, I kind of can't.
You can't know.
Oh, I can. I just don't want to right now. I still have to go over the rest of the Codex, the unit-by-unit breakdown of each of the Codex
3
entries.
Exorcists, 120 Sisters,
3 Magifiers,
3 Magifiers,
3 Canonesses, 1
Canonesses,
Creature, Junith,
Junith,
Celestine.
Celestine.
3 Mortifier. No, 5 Mortifiers.
If you can fit it at that point,
Yeah.
and then
Dominions,
So the good
Repressors.
stuff list has now been written. It's fine.
Yeah, we this book. Oh my god, this book. This book is good.
Can the guys who do Battle Scribe please update this?
Peace and thank
I don't
you.
like doing math. I really don't. Right
So-
now there's math involved. It's crazy.
With all of that, there is a ton of stuff that we have to look forward to with this. We're going to be playtesting it. He's going to be borrowing some of my sisters to playtest it. And we're going to be checking this out quite a bit on the channel. And you guys know that I main sisters. They are my favorite army in 40k. My second favorite being Tyranids. And I absolutely love the sisters' aesthetics. And this army is extremely fluffy. Like, I actually love the amount of, like, anti-psyker stuff that they have, because the sisters are sent to hunt psykers, as well as the Sisters of Silence on the black ships.
They hunt the idea of chaos.
Yeah, quite literally.
So, yeah.
There's a lot of good stories in here. Unfortunately, Gilliman apparently forgot to give the sisters anything. I guess he was too busy hanging out with the boys and hanging out with Yvraine to care about the sororitas in any way, shape, or form, or give them anything cool. But, you know, it's okay. Sisters didn't need bikes or some type of Centurion armor or Storm Raven, even though that was mentioned in the lore, or jump packs. Or bikes. I really wanted sisters on bikes. Really thought that would have been cool, especially if they had crotch rockets instead of like Harleys like the Space Marines, dirt bikes. Yeah, jump packs. We need jump packs.
Why?
Let's see. What else did they lack? Like, they have no aircrafts. I kind of want them to update.
They have a bunch so they have them in Forge World, but they don't have any good. No, there's like one.
No.
Did it lose it?
Yeah, it's Astra Militarum.
Wasn't good anyway.
Hey, don't you diss the Avenger Strike Fighter?
It
is a good airplane. It is actually not worth its points. There's a Vendetta that's like, like 30 points cheaper than it.
Vendettas
that pumps
are
out.
bad too.
Yeah, but it's better than it in every way.
Oh, you're talking about vultures?
No, vultures are good.
Vultures, yes, 43 shots.
Yeah.
They're
But
good. Just take 2. It's fine.
if they...
That's
if
what
they,
my guard list is.
If they actually updated the Forge World lists, which... If they did, don't touch the repressor. I'll come after you.
Hey, use going down in points. I don't know. I don't see fielding less than 8.
Anyway, I
Or
really
more
hope
than
that
8.
they give the Avenger Strike Fighter the Sororitas keyword. That's it.
Or if it could just take it.
Yeah.
Right? Like you could choose to add it to it.
Yeah. With that all said, I want to thank everybody for watching. As always, check all the links in the description down below. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that stupid bell thingy, because then YouTube will actually tell you that I made a new video instead of a maybe showing you. I don't know. It's dumb, but, you know, please do it.
Depending on the algorithms.
Yeah. Also, be sure to comment. I want to hear all of your thoughts, your combos. Did we do anything wrong? If we did, please post sources down below. And do not, under any circumstance, try to tell me that the orc truck is equivalent to the damn repressor when it comes to rules. You are wrong. You know you're wrong. You've lost this argument like 4 or 5 times now. And I have proven this multiple times that the repressor is broken.
It's better.
But you know it isn't. I will fight you. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this and you do enjoy Vic being on the channel, please be sure to comment that you enjoy Vic being here, because I actually do want to make him a permanent member of this channel. His insight into tournaments is a little bit higher than mine, actually a lot higher than mine. He actually keeps a track of the tournament standings and everything and the army lists that are being played. And we're trying to develop strategies and stuff together to further increase the channel's output for the most part.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot for the channel, and I really need you guys' support. As always, check all the links in the description down below. There you can follow us on all sorts of social media. YouTube, which obviously you're on, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. On my Twitch channel, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm always doing stuff that's really fun. You can come and check it out. Also, if you're super awesome and really want to see the channel grow and develop and go into the future of the Norn Queen, please check out my Patreon. It goes a long way to helping us out. It actually did buy me this set, and that actually meant the world to me. So,
And I've been fangirling over this all day.
yeah, he has. He has. Like, he was ignoring, like, the entire family at a Thanksgiving dinner, just ogling over this book. He forgot to eat, and look at this poor boy. He needs food. Anyway, guys, as always, I'm NornQueenAlexis.
I'm Big Vic.
I love you guys. Bye. Hey everyone, do you want a cool shirt? Be sure to check out my Teespring. Link is in the description down below.